is now in session. Dear Father in heaven, thank you for being here with us today, and thank you for keeping your hand of guidance over each and every one of us as we work to lead here. Thank you for the springtime that you've brought to our communities and our valley once again. As I always ask, guide our words, our thoughts, and our actions. In Jesus' name, amen. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
There's a stain on the flag. Is that? It's on the white.
I think it's just light coming through the pole, isn't it? Nah.
There we are. There we are.
Yeah, that fixes it.
I had to rearrange furniture when I came.
Oh, I can. The table always keeps moving back.
Mhm. I
My,
just did it that way.
my diet isn't going that well. All right. Do we have any changes to the agenda or adoptions? I don't think we do. All right. Let's go with citizen participation. This is for anything that's not on the agenda. I saw Mr. Sappington coming up the hallways, so I thought we were going to have a taker today.
Yeah, my name is Arthur Sappington. I live at 3055 10th Street, Apartment I. I'm here representing the Snake River Music Gardens, which is a 501c3 environmental program watershed for all of the Snake River drainage from the headwaters all the way to the Columbia River. What I'm here to talk about today is what has happened in the last 100 days of from the White House and how it affects the coordination programs that we're doing for watershed management within both public and private lands on the watershed of the Powder River drainage with the Powder River Watershed Council. There are 3 executive orders and 1 Supreme Court case that are pertinent to what is happening at the county level and state level. The state has totally ignored all of the 3 executive orders and the Supreme Court case. Supreme Court case is from 2024, and that's the one that I wrote the essay on the last time I was here doing a presentation on the Snake River and the Blue Mountain Forest Plan revision. So I won't go over that other than the fact of saying that that has resulted in the executive order 14225, which deals with the forest timber management for the timber harvest primarily and the wildfire interagency funding, emergency funding for the wildfires and such. That directly affects us for both our public and private lands within the county. Then the other 2 executive orders is 14168 and 14151. 168 deals with Title IX, distinguishing between biological, what is a biological male and female, and what is gender, what they call gender determination. It distinguishes that for Title IX as well. Then the other one, 14151, deals with DEI, and that deals with all of the racial issues and all of the urban, primarily urban social justice, environmental justice, and all of that stuff within urban growth boundaries, particularly for this state. So And one of the things is for the county is the fact that DLCD's strategic plan from 2023 to 2031 is going to have to be scrapped and completely redone. The state is yet to address that issue. For the 4 parts of that plan, the first 2 deal with the 2 executive orders of the DEI and Title IX. What that has to do in the strategic plan is what I've been arguing with for years, that it didn't, and now that is clarified, is going to be addressed.
Okay.
Now, my wife is going to bring up the other work that we're doing that we presented also earlier that has to do with the food program within the local farm to market within the county. So,
Okay.
And we need to keep this
thank
rolling.
you.
Until 10 after.
Yeah.
So we have to keep those.
I'm Lindy Ann Sappington, 3055 10th Street, Unit I, Arthur's wife. We're presenting a program. We've already sent it to Washington, DC, to the Department of Health and Human Services. It's called MAHA, Make America Healthy Again, Farms and Ranches. And the idea is that any farm or ranch that wants to can become an education center for making America healthy again. Because what happens on the ground, the food that's grown, the cooking that's done, the food that's preserved, the education that's passed on to our youth, that's what's really going to make America healthy again. We sent a 13-page paper to Washington, but we're here in Baker County turning it into a book, a little booklet, a handbook that we can hand to any rancher or farmer that's interested in becoming part of the program. And when the book is published and printed locally, we'll bring a copy to the commission.
Well, I'd like to see it.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Can-
I was going to let Art know that I have addressed the executive order for the timber increase. I attended the annual meeting for the American Forest Resource Council. Chris French was there, Region 6 Forester, Jackie Buchanan, amongst many others. And that was the big topic, and to look beyond your merchantable timber to the smaller timber, the mess that we have throughout the Wallowa-Whitman, and utilizing that timber. So looking at laminated beams and different things like that for usage. And a timber coalition is being formed by me within the county so that we can push that forward. Jackie Buchanan's target for the 25% increase is actually over 30% by 2027 instead of 5 years for Region 6. So just to let you know that I have been in the works on that. So we'll see what we get.
And to let you know, outside that, since you brought that up, I've also contacted the local BLM office
Mhm.
and the Vail with the Forest Service for setting up for the distinction between the BLM and the Forest Service for the mineral estate. that the county is
Yes,
gonna
yes. I read
And
yeah.
Their old memorandum of understanding is out the door.
Yeah, Jan Alexander just sent a really good letter to Washington about the Forest Service, the BLM taking over the permitting process and things like that, because they are more streamlined than the Forest Service for the mining and extraction, mineral extractions and
And
things
I
like that.
sent one in, and
Okay.
we're trying to set up through St. River Youth Gardens, a meeting with the BLM supervisor and
Okay.
the forest supervisor as it pertains to that at the local level. Because Washington is already contacted and
Mhm.
there's a huge kerfuffle.
Well, call me Yeah, because we're under a time restraint, contact me and, about any of this stuff, and including that, because we're looking at possibly having Brooke Rollins here to Baker County if we can get her here. So for your book and the farm food and things like that is important. So
Yeah.
contact me.
All right. Did anyone else have anything for citizen participation? No one online. All right, seeing nothing, let's go to review and approval of the minutes. We have minutes for March 12th, April 2nd, April 16th, and April 21st.
March 12th looked fine. All those revisions and
Yeah, and
corrections.
Yeah.
it did actually, because must have seconded the motion because you were talking about it. It's the only thing I can see.
Yeah, I thought that, but
So anyway, we
Yeah.
verified it. So
okay.
I move to approve the minutes of the special commission session for March 12th, 2025.
I'll second.
We have a motion and a second. Any further discussion? Saying none, all in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Aye, motion carries.
April 2nd, the same.
I didn't have anything.
Okay.
No,
I'll move to approve the commission session minutes from April 2nd, 2025.
I'll second.
have a motion and a second. Any further discussion? Saying none, all in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Aye, motion carries.
April 16th, that's great.
I didn't see anything.
Yeah.
Your turn.
I'll make a motion to approve April 16th, 2025 session minutes.
I'll second.
I have a motion and a second. Any further discussion? Seeing none, all in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Aye, motion carries.
And same thing with the 21st. All right.
Yeah.
I'll make a motion to approve April 21st, 2025 commissioner session minutes.
I'll second.
I have a motion and a second. Any further discussion? Seeing none, all in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Aye, motion carries. All right, on to scheduled business. Facilities, come on up.
Timing isn't realistic. The timing isn't realistic on there.
If he says everything's great and it's fine, he walks out.
Everything's great
We'll
and
be-
fine.
See you later. Look, we're back on track.
I will try to keep it brief. Thanks for having me. So this is the department updates are kind of an opportunity for each of the department's elected officials to come in and just give the public and the commissioners a kind of a quick review of where we are and where we're headed with things. So the county's facilities department is a general fund department that currently consists of 3.75 FTE. Our central operations are here in the courthouse, and we have an annual operating budget of just a little over $1 million. Some of the locations that we take care of, which includes all county-owned properties, some rented, leased as well. But some examples of that, of course, are the county courthouse here, our Justice Center jail, parole and probation offices, juvenile office, health department, weed department / emergency management, storage facility over on Bridge Street, some additional storage on 13th Street. And then we help our special funds with their buildings and locations as well, which include things like the road department, museums, parks, and fair. We cover all aspects of the county-owned structures. So some examples of that would include exterior components, which are like roof, siding, doors, windows, locks, that sort of thing. Interior components, everything from floors, walls, paint, trim, plumbing, electrical, and HVAC issues. And I always get the question HVAC, which is heating, ventilation, and air conditioning. Life safety components, fire systems, security systems, elevators, backflow devices, and all that. We also provide in-house all of our janitorial and maintenance for our facilities, which include which provides, safe sanitary conditions, not only for our employees, folks confined in the jail, but also the public. And that includes over 60 toilets, over 60 sinks, and 10 urinals. So that's always a lot of busyness. We also in-house cover all the grounds maintenance needs for our locations. So this includes, lawn maintenance, weed abatement, irrigation systems, tree care, and our walkways, parking, and pathways. We address striping, resurfacing, and snow and ice mitigation. So there's always lots of work to do there. We also are tasked with long-term secure storage of documentation and document destruction and that process. A few examples of some of the projects we've had going or currently working on or going to be taking on here at the courthouse. Completed project was last fall repaving the West Drive and entrance area to the courthouse here. It involved tree removal, base prep by the road department for the paving, and then once it was completed, the restriping and markings. We're continuing to work on the remodel of our tech area expansion and planning department move, which is down in the basement area, kind of encompassing an area that the water masters used to utilize, and then some additional storage with completion slated by the end of this budget year for phase one being the planning and tech moves. And then we would be able to take on the second phase of that, which is rehabbing the existing tech space to enlarge our server room capacity and make their space a little more usable. And then upcoming, we're going to be working on a new transaction window for Circuit Court and a hardening of their entryway to be more compliant with their safety and security concerns up there. At the Justice Center, we put in new stainless steel countertops on everything out there. We completed a repaint of all the exterior, and we're continuing to work on their emergency operation addition, which is about a 3,500 square foot addition that is in the final phases of engineering and design and should be going out for bid sometime, hopefully later this month. Special fund projects, we completed, we being the road department and the facilities department, completed the foundation for the road department's 9,000 square foot storage building replacement. And we're about to get started on repainting the weed building and EM building over at 13th Street Storage. So we also participate in several departmental specific activities throughout the year that require our services. And a couple of examples of those are securing and transporting mailing for elections and for taxation purposes. And we also participated in a couple of community projects that were centric to the courthouse here location. And that was the Operation Greenlight, and which was a recognition of veteran services to our country. And the Oregon Gold Stars Family Memorial event, which was also hosted here at the courthouse, and it was coordinated by Rick Laurie, our veteran service officer. So overall, we have a very busy schedule, but it's been a successful year for us, and we're looking forward to another nonstop busy year ahead of us. So that's kind of a few things in a nutshell from our world.
I just want to say that I think your department is amazing.
Yeah.
You do a fabulous job with the 3.75 of what all you cover. I think you do an amazing job, and you guys, somebody is always around, and I appreciate that.
Wonderful. Thank you. And that's a big shout out to my team as well. I can't do it without the folks on my team. So
They
thank
take
you.
all the flies out of my office, so that's a good thing.
Yeah.
If anybody knows, up in the clock tower, there's a lot of flies, and so
Yes. They build
think
up
that's why Bruce
fast,
was never
especially
up
this
there.
time of year.
Yeah.
Yes.
That's the one thing I remember about that room.
Yeah.
You do good work, and you have a terrific staff. You do a good job, picking and doing the hiring, because they're dedicated, and I like every one of your team.
Yep.
Always quick and friendly and
Mhm.
get the job done.
Well, thank you very much. Appreciate the time, and
Thank you.
Yeah, we appreciate
We'll
all that you
continue
guys
on.
do for us.
Okay.
I will pass that on to them, because again, without my team of folks, I certainly can't do it all.
Thanks, Dan.
Thanks.
Whitney, I'll ask him about our thermostat later. All right, I guess we'll go move my coffee. I will now open contract review board, and we'll go on to DA, Trauma Informed Response Training Grant.
Good morning. Whitney.
Good morning. Long time no see.
Yes. She's been upstairs.
So the trauma-informed response training one is just, you guys approved me submitting that grant last month.
Mhm.
And they approved it, and so it's just the agreement for the one-year grant. That's all.
Yeah.
Do you guys have any questions about that?
You're just needing a signature on this
Yep,
one, right?
just a signature.
All right.
And then the second one is our child abuse multidisciplinary intervention grant, which we apply for every 2 years, and it helps fund our child abuse response team, our multidisciplinary team meets every Tuesday or every other Tuesday at New Directions. We talk about child abuse cases, how we're going to respond to them. It has law enforcement, us, and so it helps fund Wade's position. I actually bumped that up a little bit this year because we've had an uptick a little bit.
Yeah.
That'll help with his position a little bit. And then our training funds, we send law enforcement, DHS workers, teachers, people from our office to trainings to make sure that we're up to date on the newest and best way to investigate and prosecute child abuse.
So your contractors that you contract with, do you also pay for their training then when they go? Like,
Yes.
like, to Chelsea?
Yep.
Okay.
Yep. Yep. Our forensic interviewer, we pay for all of her training.
Training too as
Yep.
well? Okay,
Yep.
thank you.
It doesn't have a match.
Mhm.
This one doesn't have any matches on it. And there is a little bit, so because of all of the federal freezes and such, it just, they don't fully know what our budget's gonna be, but they instructed us, we have to have it turned in by May 19th. And so we just have to base it off of our budget from the last time. So this is a little bit less than what our budget was last time, just because I wanted to give myself some cushion. But if they come back and say, we'll give you another 10,000, it might be a little bit more than this, and I'll just.
We can work with Christina on getting that done and the unappropriated.
So, yeah, I can
Easy,
just run all
easy
that
done.
by you, but if I don't know the exact funding amount. I just went to, I went to a Zoom meeting and they were like, yeah, we don't know, but if you can submit it.
That's a common,
Okay,
that's
Sure.
a common, it's a common answer right now.
Yeah.
So I'll move to approve the grant agreement for trauma enforced response training, number TIRT 2025, Baker County.DAVVAP 00014.
I'll second.
I have a motion and a second. Any further discussion? Seeing none, all in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Aye, motion carries.
That was the one that needed to be signed. The CAMI is the one I need to submit.
She was just,
Okay, just checking. So
I
do you have
can
any
just do one at a
questions on the
time.
CAMI?
Yeah, we have
also?
to do, yeah.
We'll just do them separate. We'll just do them
Okay,
separate.
okay, just checking.
that's just a motion for, I think you just have me
So
sign
you'll
it.
sign that
Yeah.
one and get that back. Perfect.
Yeah.
Okay. And CAMI.
And I'll move to approve the grant application for multidisciplinary team. Okay, this is not working today.
I'll second.
All right, I have a motion and a second. Any further discussion? You didn't even get, give your pitch.
I gave the pitch. I just gave it.
She just gave it on both.
Oh, I guess,
I
that's-
just,
yeah.
I just
I guess.
joined them together.
Oh, you
That's
did, that's
quick.
right. All right, no further discussion of, all in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Aye, motion carries.
All right, thank you.
Thank you, Whitney.
All right, emergency management.
Good morning, Gary. Good.
Hey,
Back again.
how are you?
Good. A lot of folks, I feel like I should do some announcement.
I
Well,
know.
you can if you want.
No,
Hey, who are you driving around with yesterday?
Chief Carlson.
Well,
Yeah.
would you like to introduce him to us real
Well,
quick while he's,
I
well,
think-
I've got him in the
Sitting
back.
in the-
It's easy to put him on the spot. He can't get away.
This, ladies and gentlemen, this is Chief Michael Carlson. And has taken over the reins at Baker City and
Welcome,
doing a great job.
welcome. It's very good to meet you and I'm pleased that you came today. It's very good to meet you.
Okay.
So I guess I'm here. You guys each received a copy of the Baker County Fire Mutual Aid Agreement.
Yes.
The only real change to the agreement was, we used to call it an all hazard agreement. With the inject of a private ambulance, it was easier to have an ambulance mutual aid agreement. and a fire mutual aid agreement. So if you see some references in here about all hazard,
I did.
fire departments are all hazard anyway, wildland, structural, hazardous materials, extrication, assistance with medical. So, but the title really is fire mutual aid agreement because it's the fire agencies, federal, local, and state, or federal, state, and local agencies.
So are we gonna get one for the ambulance or do we already have one and I don't know about that?
Jason's out of the office, but I believe that the ambulance mutual aid agreement was in motion, and I think that will include Halfway Ambulance, Valley Ambulance, and Pioneer. Can't answer that.
Okay.
So,
Just curious.
questions?
And everybody signed on to it that was prior?
Yeah, the signature.
Yes, and you can see some of the
Yeah.
dates started in
Yeah,
February.
no, I'm just like from the one that was in place a while back, everybody else signed on to it, that had signed on to it before.
Yeah, this agreement's been around since 2005. Maybe I don't understand the question.
You mean all of the same agencies? Yeah.
Yes.
Yes,
Okay,
with the exception of the foresters, all the same agencies are signing on. So we will-
Or Pine Valley, yeah. Outer North.
we have
Hudson,
Yeah.
Keating,
I couldn't
Eagle
figure out if there was
Valley.
one missing or not, so I just was asking.
There, actually, I do have a red note here. You may not have a page from Bowen Valley because they have their page and haven't yet signed.
Okay.
So if you're missing one, it's Greater Bowen Valley Fire Protection District.
And
But
then,
they
and
will.
it's just because you haven't got
He-
there.
yeah,
And that's, is that Chris?
Chris.
Yeah.
Okay.
He's going to, just in time for this, but he didn't sign.
Okay.
Thank you for noting that and reminding me of my red. So,
Yeah, keeping track of all of them.
This is a non-binding, non-fiduciary agreement. If one agency can help, the other will help. If not, there's no.
Right.
Should we go past the 4-hour requirement in the mutual aid agreement, we enter into what's called a supplemental agreement. And that's where you start talking about fees, payment, usage beyond helping with that.
Is that more when you get with State Forestry and BLM rather than Haynes and Baker Rural or Greater Bowen and Sumter or something?
It's the same, but how they fold out are differently. So
Okay.
yes, the idea of Haynes charging Baker Rural after the 4-hour period is probably not gonna happen.
Yeah, that's what I'm like.
So the supplemental agreement, you're exactly right, is probably more for Forest Service, BLM, ODF. The confusing part to this is we worked on direct hire agreements. And so there's direct hire agreements with the Oregon Department of Forestry and BLM based on the 4 hours. And so really it's that piece is kind of in place. Where it gets a little confusing is the state farm marshal's office has upstaffing grants. So it's going to get really complex like it did last year. And hopefully we have the right people around the table to work it out. But that's really, you're correct, Michelle, that's really the Commissioner Casper. That's really the after this agreement ends and money's talked about, a supplemental agreement comes in and those
Okay.
other agreements. And that includes things like qualified training, the proper equipment, personal protective equipment and those things.
Mhm. So are we still at, is it 4 days for mutual aid that you can be out there?
4 hours.
4 hours, I meant, yes.
Yeah.
So that's not gonna move?
Probably not. And here's why. Most of the agencies in Baker County are volunteer or provided a stipend, small stipend. They can't really give 12 to 24 hours. Now, with the upstaffing around the state fire marshal, we'll have to see how it goes through because they will be paid for their responses.
Okay, well, I thought that was a little bit of a hindrance in 4 hours max, you know.
Before the upstaffing grant, things like that, it was 24.
Hmm.
That's a long time for people to leave their normal jobs or
Okay.
ranches to go.
Okay.
Yeah, this is really designed for
the vol-
Haynes to help out Baker Rural to help out Baker City, Baker City.
Okay.
For 4
Not so
hours.
much, of course.
And then like we sign on to it, rare times we've had, we had Noodle come out 2 years ago to take a roof off a house while it was on fire.
Yes,
That kind of thing.
Yeah.
So that's our involvement
Okay.
with it.
In my program.
And well, in your program, of
Training.
course, but
coordination. Yeah, things have gotten interesting.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I just thought that on the town goals, that was a little bit of a hindrance on the 4 hours and having to change out, so.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, the change.
Do we just need to move to have Shane sign, or do we need to move to agree?
And also on Shane's signature, are you gonna wait for Greater Bowen Valley for Galazowski to get you that signature before he signs, or?
you can do it either way. Almost everybody else has already signed.
It's
it.
not in there.
It's just,
This is all the rules, Oregon Department of Forestry deal.
It's listed in here, so.
It is listed, so we just have to get that agreement. Okay.
so however
I'll
you
do
wanna
it either way. I can come back for signature.
So I'll make a motion to approve Emergency Management's Baker County Mutual Aid Agreement for Chair Alderson to sign.
I'll second it.
All right, I have a motion and a second. Any further discussion? Saying none, all in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Aye, motion carries.
Appreciate your time.
Thank you.
All right, thank you. All right, Road Department, MOU with Upper Burnt River Weed Control Management.
They weren't able to be here today. They're out busy working, but so they are, what this is they're asking, or I'm sorry, the Upper Burnt River Weed Control Management Area, they are requesting the ability to put 2 storage sheds on county property out in Hereford, where the Hereford shop is located. There's no cost. The weed district there, they have insurance. They've listed the county as additionally insured.
Yeah.
Some of their members will have keys to the gate, but not to the shop, so they can access their storage shed. So that's all this is. It's just an MOU with that weed district for them to store their stuff on the county.
And it was pretty specific on what they can and can't do within
Yes,
that. So
it is
that's-
very
That's what
specific.
I liked. I like that.
Yeah, they brought that up during their annual weed meeting. Is that January, February, something like that? And Gussie got it and did this due diligence, so
Yeah.
that's really nice. Kudos to Gussie, if she's still online. She is.
So I'll move to approve the MOU with Upper Burnt River Weed Control Management for storage space.
A second.
I have a motion and a second. Any further discussion? Saying none, all in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Aye, motion carries. All right, planning, IGA with Harney County for on-site wastewater management program.
Good morning.
I'm sure there's
Yay.
a lot of people pretty excited about this.
Good
Yeah,
news.
I know I provided a staff report to you guys, but I'll just briefly summarize what's going on for anybody from the public that might be interested in the changes. Historically, DEQ has been in charge of the permitting and inspection of on-site septic systems in Baker County, and we had a regional person doing that up until fall of last year. DEQ has not filled that position, so Baker County needed to figure out what we could do in the alternatively to help our citizens and the public get all their septic approvals completed. And so in discussions with Harney County, they are interested in taking on that role, still under the rules of DEQ, but they would take on that role locally for Baker County. And the IGA before you is explaining the roles and responsibilities in the agreement between DEQ, Harney County, and Baker County. So that's what's before you today, is just the responsibilities of those governing bodies or entities. And then there will be ordinances or an ordinance coming to you later this month on how it's actually going to be locally implemented. But before we do that, we needed to get the agreement signed, if you guys agreed to have Harney County handle that on behalf of DEQ. So,
Yeah,
I think it's a great partnership.
it is.
yeah. And
It
Harney
is.
County is very excited to work with us, and I think it's actually going to expedite the process for
Oh, I think
people in the
so.
county. And so I think the public will be happier with
Yeah.
their experiences.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And just to be clear, DEQ stopped offering this, and this is why we're at this point with Harney.
Yes,
And there's technically no cost to the county, right? Everything,
Correct.
all the income and everything, all expenses, income, everything goes to Harney County.
Yes,
okay.
based off of the fees from their inspections. And visits to the site. So I will make a motion to approve or to authorize. Let me see. Tara Mitchka, interim planning director, to sign the IGA for on-site septic program with Harney County on behalf of Baker County. How's that?
Second.
I have a motion and a second. Any further discussion? Seeing none, all in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Motion carries.
Thanks for your work.
Yeah, that turned out better than it could have, so I'm very happy.
Thanks.
All right, next up is TLTC, Baker City and Baker County Holcomb Hewitt Park funding request.
Right. Well, good morning, commissioners. Thank you for letting us come here to present this proposal. As you all asked us to do, we sent these proposals to the TLT committee, and those were both passed with overwhelming support on to you. And so I'll just briefly go over the city's part for the startup cost for the Baker City Tourism Fund, and then Councilor Joseph will cover the Court Plaza request. For our application, which focuses on the startup costs for Baker City's tourism fund, the intent of this is basically to just ensure a smooth transition over to us starting our TLT program. All the expenditures in there are expenditure and line items that are already on the county's budget and are typical marketing expenditures for cities across Oregon. So when we presented it to the committee, it originally was a $625,500 request. Commissioner Witham had some concerns with you all funding the entire Baker City downtown costs for the upcoming budget year. And so we reduced that to cover what you had already agreed to through October, and then said the city would cover the rest. So we reduced our request from 625 500 to 575 500. From our perspective, we believe this is a fair request to the county. It allows us to have the needed funds for the transition, to give that smooth transition, and it addresses the county's concern that the funds only be spent in accordance with the county TLT ordinance. So if approved, this request and including the $200,000 Court Plaza request, that reflects at or a little bit under 50% of the projected remaining balance. What we mentioned in the committee presentation and in the narrative part of the application is that there's a good chance that ending fund balance could be nearly $2 million by the end of this budget year. In which case we're not going to try to come back and ask for more money. So at the very least, this is going to leave the county with $800,000 plus, and likely potentially up to $1.2 million. So we think this is a very fair request, and we ask for your support.
I do have a question.
Yes.
On the tourism related facilities, on the one that you presented, it was just generic 100,000.
Right.
So could we, just throwing this out here, could we put the Court Street Plaza in there? And then, I don't know, just make it so that it's all there instead of having a separate one, and that would be your tourism related facility? I'm just throwing that out there.
There's several problems with that, with the Court Street Plaza. Number one, TLTC did say that they approved it contingent on proof that it actually falls into line with Orla's rules, and that is and so I clarified with Orla, and I sent that to Tyler. On that, Orla talked about, so that is not before us right now. That is with TLT. It has to go back to TLT on the 15th with the proof in order for that to move forward. Okay. Bottom line. It doesn't fit. It doesn't have parking. And then when he was talking about parks that fit, they were the three larger parks that he sent me examples of, and I forwarded to the TLTC to decide if they feel that it's comparable, and it's not at all. It's not comparable at all with what he was saying actually fits. So that Court Street Plaza should not be in this conversation at all, because it's going back to the TLTC on the 15th.
Okay.
Okay. On the other tourism, when you're talking about tourism related facilities and that it fits your typical, even though TLTC did approve it from this list, you did not identify, like normally people would have to identify requesting for a tourism related facility. Let me see. It was not stated what the facility would be, what the project would be. You just did a general facility. Other businesses that come and ask for that, or other facilities that ask for that, would not be afforded that wide. We want the money because we want to use it on tourism related facilities. They would have to tell you specifically the project and the facility. Okay. On the BCD, so you even though you reduced it, you didn't reduce it on this list, it's still at 80,000. But in the city council meeting, you stated that you were going to take over that contract July 1st with BCD. That you stated that. And so either you take it over on July 1st or we pay it monthly to BCD through October, through the end of that contract. And it shouldn't be in here, along with the Shrine game for 10,000, because that is actually included in the budget for next year on the 227 budget for next year. It should not be included on here. That's not part of it, because it is in budget. So if that's 25,000 instead of 80,000 for BCD contract. So just a couple things, the tourism related facilities. I don't believe that you gave what normally would be typical of presentation and ask on that one. There's a lot of fluff in the list that you ask for. You will have funds for the 1A basketball tournament for 2026 by the time that comes around. I can go through it line by line, but what I am willing to is the tax board training and materials, realistically for 1,000, development of marketing tools, realistically for 6,000, brand development, 10,000, digital content and asset creation, 10,000. That's a total of 27,000, and then plus the 25,000 contract for BCD, and then 10,000 for the Shrine that is going to be in the budget for those two items. But out of this list, I can see 27,000 actually fitting the requests.
Out of 570,000.
Yes. Yep, and I can explain every one of them if you want me to, if you want to take that time.
Would you originally came up with was 238,000?
What's that?
The bottom number you have here is 238.
That's not mine.
Whose is this?
Yeah.
Oh, that's 238,500. That's if YouTube decide that you want to give them all the 238 or whatever. But I will let you know that I'm at 27,000 plus the BCD plus the Shrine.
27,000?
27,000, which is the top green highlighted, those 1, 2,
You only-
3, 4.
You only want to do these?
Yes.
Oh,
Because just because of certain things, which I told you, like the development of marketing, electronic and marketing tools, they're at 20,000. Amount based on the cost of domain name, purchase web hosting, and using an online website provider, social media sites, provides social media accounts at no cost. Really, that's a realistic number at 6,000. The other, let me see, tourism associated costs, which is the 5th one down, that was 2,000, reduced that to 15 100. So this is going off of the total 238,500. Just looking at the memberships for ODA, Orla, OTTA, and EOVA, realistically, it's at 1,500. Let me see if we skip down to collaboration marketing. That was at 25. That was reduced down to 20. The line item entails both private and public entities working together to achieve board scale marketing efforts. It's just, I mean, I could keep on going through all of these on why the 238,500 out of their request of 570,500. And I could go through all 14 of those if you want.
So this came, and you were at the TLT meeting, correct?
Yes,
And you only objected to.
I
the
did not
marketing
object at
service.
all. I only observe in the TLT.
I understand that, but you made them come up with the $25,000 figure.
I didn't make anybody come up with,
For,
I didn't make anybody come up with
that's
anything.
just to
The
get- that's
25,000.
just to get you through June, I think.
The 25,000 for BCD that's listed on there is what is in the budget, and I already stated that, along with the 10,000 for the Shrine Game.
With the contract with BCD, do you want to take it over what is it, July?
July 1.
Or do you want us to carry it to the end of the contract?
We are willing to take it over on July 1st if you transfer the $25,000 from what you committed to. That's what I was talking about in the council meeting.
It should go
Because that
directly to
will make it-
BCD though, and not the city, if we do that.
And that's. the
I
same
am
as
fine
the
with
rest
that
of
as
one
well.
half a
I don't,
dozen the other, but
it doesn't
yeah.
matter whether it
But-
goes straight to BCD or not. Our point was
Yeah, it does.
you all clearly want this to be a clean break. So this was a way to make it a clean break but that's okay, fine. Give BCD the $25,000 you committed to. We will cover the rest of that year, and then you don't have to worry about them starting July 1st. So that,
So we would end the contract with, is it 30 or 60 days? I don't know.
What?
For
No.
her
They
contract.
would
No,
just-
hers ends October
Right,
31st.
but if they want to take over,
They can
And-
get,
And then
they have,
we
just
have
don't
to-
send us a bill.
right, but we have to end the contract. And they have to come up with their own.
it doesn't. They're gonna have to do their own contract.
We have to end ours. I'm just
And
trying to
that's,
think.
yeah. we can-
So
that's-
I-
that's-
so I'm trying
October
to figure out.
31st.
If they take the contract over and they cut ties with the county, we got to give them 30 or 60 days. What is it?
BCD.
Yeah,
Baker City downtown is not Baker City though. So Baker City downtown is contracted through
Well, right.
TLT and the county. We are going to pay them through October when the contract ends.
but they're saying that they want to,
We don't want, we're just giving options.
well,
Right.
right.
If it's
What-
easier
well, which
to
do you
continue the
prefer?
contract
It
to
is
31st,
easier to do
and you
that.
guys to pay that,
Yeah.
we
It
are-
is
Okay.
easier to
we're fine
do
with
that.
Yeah.
Okay, so we just maintain the contract as it is through October.
we just want that contract honored through the end of October.
Okay, yeah. I would, I mean, because she's our contractor and.
And because it's in it and it is listed in the budget right now along with the shrine. So
Okay.
it just makes sense that it would just be paid directly during those
So we
times.
take
And
the
I-
shrine thing out.
Yeah, I think both of those are reasonable. I think on the tourist related facility, your county budget has a tourist related facility line item that is not identified with specific facilities. That was our intent, was to,
I think that's based on the grants and stuff like that. So I have an idea.
So
Okay, go ahead.
just before, so we are going to create our own TLT commission. which
Right.
Will then distribute these funds very similarly to the way it's done now. So in order to fund that commission and those programs, we would need those funds without an identified
Right.
project currently, yes.
But it goes against the ordinance.
So,
does.
just to, so I, with the 570, 500, if we take out the 10 for the shrine game and take out the 25 and
And
then,
the A1 bat tournament.
Yeah, they'll have the funding by then. There's no reason to
Alright,
leave
Yeah,
that
we
in
already
for
paid that
10,000.
this
Alright.
year.
that's fine. Okay, so on the 100,000, so what I would propose is maybe not include the 100,000 now, but give the city by the end of June 30th, time to come up with a plan or a grant for the $100,000 tourism related facility, to come up with that idea. Whether it be the Court Street Plaza to include in that or whatever. I do think it needs to be more specific but that's the only thing that I object to in this proposal. The more I look at it, it needs to be more defined based on the ordinance. And so that would be, and then I would like to entertain that you could come back, for $100,000, leave that on the table, come back with $100,000 request.
Okay.
That's my suggestion.
I would also like the cooperative marketing at 0. That is number
So
4 on
So
this.
you don't want us to do any cooperative marketing with the county?
So Jessica and Travel Baker County have that in their budget for cooperative marketing. So the line item is redundant with the collaboration marketing above it. You have collaboration marketing, you have cooperative marketing. To me, that's the same, and I would put that at 0 because that's a double ask there. I would say 0 for event grants. I don't know,
So when,
because there is no list of event grants, events that you're going to be doing. BCD is receiving funding and all of that for Baker City downtown events. I don't know. I tried thinking of any event that is not Baker City downtown that's already being funded. Also, I have 0 on wayfinding physical products and wayfinding nope, sorry. Let me see here. Wayfinding electronic products and the travel and training.
The wayfinding is one of the biggest things we want to do, is putting up several signs as well as electronic wayfinding, which will significantly enhance
Yeah,
tourism.
so
in the city.
the wayfinding physical is still in there at 100,000, but the electronic is at 0 just due to online wayfinding services that are at no cost, such as Google for Business or something like
So
that.
can they work with Jessica with the Datify? I mean, they're paying X amount of dollars to do the Datify. Isn't there a way to?
They can work with
Together
Jessica
do
all
that.
day long, every day, if they want to.
But I
They
think
don't
that
right
comes
now,
back to
but
the collaborative marketing and all that stuff. And I
yeah,
think
so
that-
that's the collaborative marketing is still funded up there. Collaborative 20,000.
Okay, so what's the difference between collaborative and cooperative? I don't understand. I didn't understand that.
Yeah, they're both intended.
Redundant.
So
I just, Barry.
Go ahead, Chairman Allers.
well, Barry doesn't know. The
He doesn't
difference
know.
is a cooperative is like when you do a co-op and the businesses downtown don't have to pay the whole thing for a trade magazine or the and the other one is when you work with different entities in the county or
So they are different.
surrounding.
These
They are
are
different.
budget line items
different.
in the county's budget is the thing.
So-
And our position is to not significantly degrade our requests because we think it's reasonable. We think the number is reasonable. All of those line items are in your county budget.
Mhm.
And we think it's a very fair request. If we get down to $20,000, that's totally unreasonable.
Well, I'm
Um,
going down the list and justifying the 238,500. The travel and training, we also have at 0 because that's redundant. Again, it's already up there with trade shows and conventions. So actually, if you'll see that list for 238,500, you had trade shows, conventions at 2,000. Actually, that was up to 5,000, and then this travel and training taken away. And then the last one that I removed from there was the tourism-related facilities for the 100,000. So that's how the 238,500. There is some redundancy. There is did up a couple of those lines that were lower, like the guide distribution and the trade show conventions line. So some of the lines increased, some of them decreased.
I think that we just need to make sure that in here and in Travel Baker County budget, that we work together because I foresee, this is me, and we're going into Boise down at the airport, or you're going to Seattle airport, and you're seeing a Travel Baker County one, and you see a Travel Baker City. And that's what I think we don't need. I think that would make us the laughing stock if we do something like that.
Well,
When
IGA has ended, so.
when we talked about this all through the process, I've always said the last thing we need to do is make this competitive between the two, because
Yeah.
we're coming into, I owned a business on Main Street and had to shut the thing down because we weren't making any money. People quit coming in, and I just didn't want to continue throwing money into it until things get better. I was expecting to have a much more robust tourist season than I'm expecting right now, just because I've been in the industry for a long time doing tourism and outdoor recreation. And if the gas prices are up and tariffs are up and people can't afford to travel, it's all going to be pretty local. You're going to have like a tri-county pull to get people to come in. And if all of these entities are working against each other for marketing and exposure, it's going to be disastrous. And the county and the city and the citizens that rely on all of this are going to be in trouble. It's not going to be good. You guys have a tourism industry. The county has tourism, agriculture, and healthcare.
Yeah, and
So-
that is marked out on the agriculture too.
Yeah.
I can't imagine any agriculture within the city, but maybe. I just left that as culinary.
Well, there are some people growing some stuff, but it's not the kind you advertise, so we can
Well, if you go back to the
scratch
farmer's
that
market,
out.
you go back to a lot of
But
things. And
Everything is interconnected.
I know.
Within,
it is, because you have your agriculture coming into Baker City to shop.
Right.
And they bring, you look at the Thomas Angus sale, you look at Allen's, you look at Carroll's, you look at a lot of these people that have the sales.
Out
They're
in the
bringing people
county.
in.
Right.
Out in
And
the
I
county.
And they're
think
bringing
what-
in, and where they staying, they're staying in Baker City.
I think what I want to reiterate is we're trying to start ways of marketing and using firms that are in Boise, in Portland, in Seattle. And so we're not just going to market Baker City. We're also going to market the county events through those. That's what the cooperative marketing is. So,
And it's
but
still in there.
now you have more marketing going for the entire area. So
Yeah.
I don't know why you would be opposed to that, because it's going to benefit the county as well as the city when
Yeah.
we're doing these things.
Well, it's still in there, 20,000 for the collaborative. So,
the big large number on this with tourism related facility, not terribly interested. I do want to get you guys set up to continue on, because this is a lousy time of year to be trying to make this transition.
Yeah.
But we've already funded a lot of large items, large ticket items in the city. But as far as, I mean, for my money, I'd be interested in, and I don't know. I mean, I know you guys worked on the Port Plaza a lot, but
you need to leave that up to TLTC right now,
Right.
because it does not fit.
But I'm not-
with the funding, but without that,
I'm not, and you guys have worked really hard on the Port Plaza, but I'm not terribly interested in it because we funded so many big items with the golf course and then Geyser Pullman, but and so, I mean, if we pull out 20,000 in the East-West Shrine and the 1A tournament and tourism related facilities and bring it down to 4.7, what is that?
425.5.
425.
Yeah. 425.5.
It would get you guys set up and started, and then you can come back. And like I said, the 10,000 for East-West Shrine, that you're good to go on that.
Yeah, that's
So
going to go
that's-
directly
that's
to you
fine.
guys.
We've
not
already
through
done the
city
1A tournament, so
from
that's
us.
there, but
So you all are paying them directly for
yeah,
this.
Yes,
we would
sir,
hold,
we
we would
are.
hold that for
Okay.
this
For
coming year,
2025.
for the 2025. So my proposal would be what is that,
425.5.
425?
425.5.
And can they come back then with,
It's up to them.
Yeah, well, yeah.
They'd have to
I'm
go back to
thinking-
TLTC.
go back to?
Go back to,
TLT, but we have to
TLT,
know,
but-
they have to understand, they have to know, is it commissioners, is it worth their time for us to do that? for you to do that. Or, you know, they're just gonna go through the numbers and then you come back and we say no.
I would look at it like you normally look at a request for tourism-related facilities. What are the facilities and what are the projects?
All right.
Not
But-
just
But as far
general.
as getting you set up to operate, I'm okay with it. I'm tourism-related facility out. So,
Okay.
Was that was that a motion, Shane?
He can't make a motion.
I can only make, Robert's rule says I can't, but I'd rather have one of the other ones.
I'd like to make a motion to approve the TLT request for 425,500 with the caveat that the city goes back to TLT to define the tourism-related facilities
And that's the 100,000 in addition to the. program.
in addition to the Court Street.
I'll second.
Hold on a second.
Any further discussion? Seeing none, all in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Aye, motion carries.
Appreciate the support. Thank you.
All right,
So when we talk about Forestry Fund, would you like to discuss that today? Would you like us to?
No, that's up
prove
to
our
the
point to
TLTC.
TLTC?
I don't,
That's up to the
I don't have,
TLTC. Committee.
Make sure that we're clear.
yeah, and I don't
We'll
have,
take it back to TLTC.
I don't have the emails or the information on the design or the Orla, so.
Well,
yeah,
it doesn't
would
matter. It's,
be-
it has to go back to the
Right,
TLTC.
yeah.
So I have a point of order. Did you vote nay? Christina, did you vote nay on that? motion?
Yes.
Okay, she voted nay.
All right, next we want to do the, what do we got, cameras?
Yes,
Which one?
the cameras. TLTC recommended the cameras for Hewitt and
I
Holcomb.
lost it. Hold on.
It was right with the other, with the city. It was
I keep-
like,
I know, I keep losing it too.
it was pinned with it.
Well, not everybody just jump all in at once.
I thought Tyler was gonna maybe, so the TLT approved it. It's cameras.
Well,
for
I
So
mean,
this is
I,
cameras for,
Holcomb specific, it is Hewitt and Holcomb.
did you put any out at the,
we don't have
Not
the
yet.
infrastructure
Not yet.
yet.
Okay, okay, so this is just for those out there.
This is just for that because there is none on Holcomb. There is a few at Hewitt right now, but definitely the ones that were put up at Hewitt
And these
cut
will
down
go-
on the
And this will
vandalism.
work with the ones that are already there.
Oh, yeah. Yep, all of the, did they not give the? I thought that the, information was there.
This
Oh,
one?
there it
Yeah.
is.
Yeah,
Yes.
okay.
Mine went, just, oh, there it is. Okay, yeah,
Okay.
just showing, the
Donnie's been talking to
expanded.
me about it for a year and a
Yeah,
half.
she's
so
been, she's been trying for a long time. It's not,
I've got it,
No, and I do
I've
think
got
that
it
it's,
envisioned in my mind.
we've got, there's, I know Power just invested a whole bunch of money down there and I
Yeah.
just think that we need to.
and with the office being over at Hewitt, Holcomb, there's not a presence over there a lot of the time.
And
So
they'll
they'll
be
have
able to
a-
monitor that.
There'll be a
Yeah.
monitor
okay.
in the office.
Yeah,
I move to approve the request for the cameras for Hewitt Open Park.
second.
Have a motion and a second. Any further discussion? Seeing none, all in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Aye, motion carries.
Point of order, did she?
Yeah, what did
confirm
you?
Did I say I?
I don't know. Aye, she says
Yeah,
aye.
I did.
So,
Okay.
motion carries unanimously. Jessica, we're driving you crazy on these kiosks.
Nay. You can say those in nay.
Oh,
why I asked.
I said no, actually, not nay.
We never say
Nay.
yes.
Hello again.
Hello,
Not sick this time.
Good.
that was a long bout.
Every month.
Every, yeah.
Okay, so I did take this information back to the CLT and I submitted a bunch of quotes for you guys. Sorry that one was late last night or this morning.
my fault.
I'm not sure when you got it.
Yesterday.
So the committee did reapprove for natural structures for the 3 kiosks. So the price has gone up just a little bit from the last time he quoted us. It's been over 30 days since he quoted us last. So it looks like for the 3 would be 29,062.35 down at the bottom of this sheet.
Oh,
that
so
you
the
have.
staff report is.
The staff
So,
report is yes.
Okay.
So in talking, so we were looking at Sumter, Unity and Huntington. right?
Correct.
Okay, so do we have where we're going to put those?
I am working with Linda. She's out measuring. She was out measuring
Okay.
yesterday. I have repeatedly reached out to Unity and Huntington and have not heard back. So I'm continually doing that. If you have a better contact of who I could reach out to,
Who are you reaching out to now?
both of the mayors and their reporters.
Hmm.
Yeah,
Yeah, that would be the people.
that's what I thought. So, I don't know, maybe I'll just give them a call instead of emailing, seeing if they got my email. So
So you have one confirmed for placement.
for Sumter.
For Sumter, so it's probably a cost saving for you if you did 3 compared to, or would Natural Structures would they give you the same price for 1?
It is by price, yeah. So it's like 9,006. I'm not good at math, so it's like 9,600 and something for each one.
Okay, so they're not giving you a quantity discount of 3
Correct.
that you'd miss out on or whatever.
Correct.
So you could get this.
I
price for-
could just get one, correct, yes.
Well,
That
probably
is-
better do that, because if you can't,
I'm just having a really hard time paying 3 times the price. for that.
Without
I just,
confirmation.
I can't,
Yeah.
in this economy and with our budgets and things like that, we just went through this whole budget thing. I can't support that. I know
Sure.
we want to do local, but not for 3 times the price.
Well, and they're not
They're not the same.
comparable.
Yeah.
In
The material.
In the
Yeah.
material.
Yeah.
But these guys, they put them up all the time. You know, the wood, you have wood out of the chamber, right?
Mhm.
And it's been there for how many years?
Long time.
Long time. And the one that has all the services, you know, the Rotary Alliance, it's been there for how many years? Long time, and it's wood.
Mhm.
I'm just not sure that it's worth it. You know, the one at Unity Reservoir is, it's not being used much but there is one there already,
Mhm.
but it's wood. And so why are we spending 3 times a month for non-wood? That's just my concern.
I got to thinking, we purchased the wigwam, we need interpretive work up there.
Mhm.
Would any of these outfits, if we, instead of ordering 3, if we're ordering 6,
But we're not ready at all. There's a lot of history to gather.
Well, I
That's gonna
know.
be a year or 2 out at least.
Well, and there
And you're-
is information panels out there already. isn't
Not
there?
at, not at the one.
Oh, okay.
Not at the.
But
Right.
they're, but they're
General
in the
area.
little wait,
At the
yes.
kiosk,
But do you
yes,
do-
the wave side.
I mean, they're just building the structure, and then the information goes in secondary, right?
Yes. Yes. You would need to hire someone to install it.
So this does not include installation
No.
prices?
It does not.
If we wanted to hold off, again, the only thing with that is the prices keep coming up on stuff, but
Well, and we have
You
the budget
could.
right now. That's why I
you
was.
could go back to TLT and request. Well, you could get the quotes for 6, well, if you get the okay.
No, we
We
don't
don't need
want, we don't
six.
want this type down there. We're using some of the old metal and stuff like that for the kiosk down there. There's a plan for the wigwam. Doesn't include any of that stuff in here. It's way more simplified. The wayfinding is already there next to the wigwam at our current Hell's Canyon Scenic Byway. All of that information is in the works right now from Hell's Canyon Chamber to be updated down there. Any of the wayfinding and things like that through the wigwam area is literally a couple of years out. I mean, literally, and like I say, we're reusing metal pieces, old grates and things like that for like the upright, the posts and different things. So it's gonna be very, very low cost. It's not, and it's nothing that she should
Okay.
consider in her budget now or any time. or taking it, using the budget towards anything like that. So I think the only thing to consider here is the actual, whether she gets 1 or 3, 1 would make sense just because of the lack of communication with the other 2 cities, which is unfortunate.
It is,
Yeah, 'cause I
yeah,
know that
because
they
they're
could
kind of
use it for sure.
under,
Well, those are the 2 that everybody has felt that they needed assistance the most. And
right.
so,
I mean,
Well, I'll
it'll
keep
be good
trying.
for
I'm
Sumter,
not gonna give
sure,
up
but
on
they've
that.
got, 2 of the biggest tourism poles in the county, so. I guess because they're faster on jumping. on
they
stuff.
do. Unity has such opportunity.
Right, but you gotta get it.
For the Vale to John Day. It's huge. So,
And this
But-
is what, this is the one that, it's at the Unity Reservoir, looks just like that.
and that's not Baker County though.
No, it's Forest, or
Yeah, it's
BLM.
BLM. Or it's even state parks, because that is a state
Yeah.
park, actually.
But I'm just saying,
And-
it's been there for a long time.
And when Jeffrey was with the weed department, he was looking at that and putting up information, and talked to Oregon Parks about it at that time. So yeah, that one is kind of strange. It's
Well,
like
it's
forgotten.
Yeah.
out
Is that
there.
the one from Wilderness Graphics that you were just
Yeah.
showing? That
Yeah.
one's metal too, I think.
This quote's
But-
good for 30 days, right?
Yes.
Oh, it's
Yes.
metal, okay.
Quote is good for 30 days from May
Okay,
6th.
so the difference between Wilderness Graphics and then go back to Natural Structures, I apologize, I thought that this one was wood as well.
They're close
Half.
in price.
No, they're not, that's half. Wilderness is
Wilderness?
5,000.
Thought it was 9.
Oh, shipping and handling, you're right. Sorry, I missed the shipping and
Yeah.
handling
I'd
part.
say bring it back on the 22nd.
Well, no, because she just clarified that
That one is
that one is really
9,000.
close, and it's the same. There's not a huge discrepancy in price on one, between the Wilderness and the Natural Structures, other than Natural
the Kirby
Structures
built
offers
one-
more.
Okay, so the Kirby built one is the one that was wood.
Yeah,
Yeah,
and
The faux
and
wood.
is the Wilderness one two-sided like the Natural Structure?
Yes.
Okay. So yeah, really close, and with our local manufacturer.
Whichever one you go with, if you can do the one, we could do that today unless they say, no, that was.
I don't see why not, because Sumter is making plans and communicating and everything. I don't see why we couldn't approve
No,
one today.
We could, just only thing I'm saying is if for some reason that price was for the 3, then we'd have to.
No, it doesn't state it.
Right.
So this
that
one-
there's any discount for 3.
So this one is
$2,800.
$2,800. The Kirby one is $2,800. And it does include shipping.
And
It's
it's not,
double-sided.
and I could see that because it offers, is that double-sided?
Yep.
So that would offer 2 spaces instead of 4. Like Natural Structures is. If you had,
Maybe 2.
where
It's
this is
one-sided,
4
one-sided.
panels, 2 panels, double-sided, and then the Kirby built is 1 panel, double-sided. So she's just going for 4 panels, double-sided. It's different.
So many papers.
I know, there's a lot to it.
When you look at this one, and then this one has room for brochures, things like that, where this one, the Natural Structure does not.
Correct. The natural structured one does not have room for brochures.
And actually, I think that's an advantage because you see those brochures pulled and
Tossed
Thrown
around.
to the wind.
or just people do it on purpose. I've seen it at the waysides like that. If you have loose paper. I can see this one is, situated as a zoo with the zoo papers in it. I mean, but I wouldn't put loose papers on the kiosk.
Well, I think reaching out to Unity and Huntington again.
Yeah.
You can always bring it back for the other 2 if we could
Yeah,
approve one
Right.
today.
later, absolutely.
Mhm.
If I can get them
Get-
to reach out.
Any communication.
Now I would, if you do go for 1, I would need to get a new one from Chad that just says 1 and the price. a new quote. Because I don't think you want to sign one that says for 3. If you're just
Right,
gonna do
yeah,
one.
yeah.
Oh,
No,
sure.
we would. So,
I'm having a hard time spending $9,000 on it.
what's
Just-
that?
I'm having a hard time spending $9,000 on it. Just.
Yeah,
it just-
and it's just not comparable with that Kirby belt. In size and everything else. It shows half. Well, I'll make a motion to approve one kiosk for Travel Baker County through Natural Structures. But I don't have that total number in front of me. Let me see for total cost. Let me look at it really quick.
I'm not gonna vote no, but I'm not gonna vote yes. So I'm gonna abstain. So she have to.
3.5. Sorry.
Yeah, sorry. I should-
29062.35 for the amount of $9,687.45.
What was the amount?
$9,687.45 for one kiosk for Sumter. Okay.
All right.
I'm gonna abstain.
Then I'll second. Any
Okay.
further discussion? Saying none, all in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Aye, motion carries.
Abstain.
And one abstention.
So I will reach out to Chad and get
Yeah.
a quote that has 1, and he would need your signature on this quote.
Yeah.
Okay, so I will bring
Bring
that
it
back
back on
out of
the-
session.
On the, if you
If
want it
it's
signed
for-
out of
if it's-
session, then we'll have to do that. Otherwise, on the 21st.
If it's for this amount, I should be fine to sign it.
Oh,
If it's
True.
something changes, then we'll have to just do it all again on the 22nd.
Okay,
21st.
Is that right?
7 times 3, today's the 7th.
Okay.
and then I have one more question. So with the money that you just approved for Baker City, is that going to be coming out of 24-25 budget? Or
Yes.
25-26 budget?
No, it's gonna come out of the current.
Yeah.
This, okay.
Yes.
Oh, yeah. It has.
Okay.
Yes, it has to because that's a deadline of June 30th.
Okay.
So-
Yeah.
The reason I asked is because I'm pretty sure we're already approved my budget once
Yeah,
again.
you're gonna have to go
so-
back to TLT, with your budget again. I mean, well, no,
No,
you
not
know,
if it
because
comes
you've
out
got
of-
it for 25. Yep.
Right.
Yep.
If it
yep,
comes out
yep,
of
yep,
Because
yep.
you
No,
included
you're
that
good.
in 25,
You're good.
26, you included not being part of that, right?
Correct. I
She-
didn't put any extra money than what we needed.
Other
and that's
than the
why I was
25 and the
asking.
10.
Right, that's why I was asking. So I was like, okay, so we need that lump sum in the
No.
budget to be able to give it out.
Nope,
so,
it'll come
okay.
out of this year's. And then, so yes, next 25, 26, what you have now as the latest should be
Approved by
fine.
TLT. Okay,
Just the balance is gonna change then.
sure.
So, but
Which is fine. It shouldn't affect what we
no,
have in there.
Go, Christina.
right.
Right?
The keeper of all.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
Thank you.
All right. EDC, Ward Property Weed Control Bid Approval.
Did you see the email that come in? Okay.
I was texting him and told him to send it to you guys.
What's
Oh,
that?
okay. Okay, he did not have Commissioner Caseberg's email. It's from St. Francis.
Oh.
As we talked about that at the end.
Okay, yeah. Just wondering, I'll forward it to you. See it. Wait, sorry, go. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
So, the amazing thing is even that Yossi did some great work when she presented to us, to the EDC about the weeding and needs that are out there on the county property now, which is formerly the board property. And she came up with a bunch of great ideas. and she had a bunch of great, bids she got and estimates. We felt we had originally budgeted, and that'll get to the budget document, get there 6,000 for covering that, and she was closer to over 10, less than 12. She came up with some amazing, very well presented ideas and great information on what to do. And we talked to her also about what if we planted some other crops on there and the other thing. So she had some people approach her about that, and she was gonna get some more information. And I said, work up a report so we can look at it and get it to you guys, so you guys can all see as well.
So it'll be like a dry land crop this fall.
Or, as long as they need whatever makes sense and work. Originally, when we talked to the wards, we've given them the option of producing on there, and that we would be respectful of them whenever they, we wanted to do something, we would allow them to take crops to market. So if they had something that didn't happen till the fall, so we probably have to figure out some kind of agreement on the same structure, which we already have written up, if we did an agreement with somebody else to produce on that of the kind of the same structure. So if you have something, we're not going to expect you to put a lot of cost to the, expense out there. We'll allow you to take it to market. Then we'll proceed if we're going to do anything else in the property.
Okay.
That's pending coming up. So this I sent to you guys already, which she had given to us, kind of information about the bid and estimate. And so from the information she gave us, we adjusted our budget for that. We already had 6,000 from the last budget to cover things, and I believe there'd be one spraying that will come out of that. Is that correct?
Yes,
And
if
then,
it's billed by June 30th.
right, and
paid
then
by
we
June.
did the next year's budget, we put in 12,000.
Okay.
To cover everything she projected, knowing that she's gonna come up with a different plan for the
Okay.
crops and everything, because if there's a crop in there, we're not gonna be spraying it, we're not gonna be weeding it, we're gonna be doing that, somebody else will be taking care of it.
Okay.
So I thought it was a phenomenal idea, and that would be a part of the budget that we can do that. So any questions on just that part?
So what you included, is this just for this spring?
No,
This is for going next year?
correct.
Okay.
Yes.
Knowing that part of that, we also, we already recommended and budgeted, 6,000.
But he hasn't done it yet, correct?
Correct.
Okay.
And so that's why she has the schedule in here and the time frame,
Okay.
because it covers 2 budget years.
Okay.
Okay.
Is there any questions on this part of it?
Well,
So EDC voted and approved to recommend, for this plan to move forward as is, knowing that we're seeking, further updates and reports from Gussie as she gets them.
Okay. Do we need a motion then to approve that? Probably.
Yes.
I'll move to approve JD Hill Farms to do weed abatement and weed mowing at the work property on Hughes Lane.
I'll second.
For
Oh, sorry.
$12,600.
I'll second.
Have a motion
Sorry
and a
about that.
second. Any further discussion? Saying none, all in favor, say aye.
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 I
Motion
said-
carries.
You didn't hear me because we were talking at the same time.
Okay, and then that takes us out of contract review, but he still has more. So,
And the next things on the agenda.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, yeah, we can close contract review board and that'll be your, I guess, kind of an update.
So we made, multiple revisions, and this is the final budget presentations. I think I sent you guys copies of this already, but I'll just kind of, go over a summary of, kind of what we did. The main thing is we changed, the grant cycle from twice a year to once a year. And the other thing is we changed the 180 transfer to 90. We also changed the budget line that was 6,000 to 12,000. And therefore it shows on both of these in both places, and the adjustments will be made accordingly. And I worked with Christina Cook on this, and so to make sure that everything was fair for proposal for you guys to review and get approved by the budget boards. And EDC voted and approved these to be recommended to you guys.
Okay.
Any questions on any of that? So because of that changes, we had to make changes to several other documents that I had sent to you guys as well that, will affect the grant application. So the first document is basically just the first page of the grant application, and the only changes are going to be in yellow. And so I just wanted you guys to see that because we had to change the wording on that. This was not an easy thing to do to figure out the wording. And I just wanted to make sure that covered it, appropriately and met going forward with what we're gonna do with the changes in the IGA being withdrawn.
Looks good. Because they will have their own economic development that they're offering to city and not outside the city limits.
Correct.
The city
Yeah.
stated that they want to do their own economic
Yeah.
development. So.
Yeah.
They committed, didn't they budget for new development officer in it? Is that what they call it? They call
That's
it a-
not in that request and
It
that's
was in
not up to
something
us.
else.
That's in
Yeah.
their budget.
I don't know
And
where
did I see that?
in at the city council meeting, they also said they were gonna put what we put, the 25% that we put to EDC. They said that they're during the city council meeting was that they're putting 30,000 into the fire department and the ambulance. So I don't know where they're getting the funding for their EDC
I don't know.
or for that person. But it's up to them. It's not us.
If they take, I mean, it's none of our business, but if they.
The 30%.
Yeah.
if
Was
they
that?
take-
Well, then they can take some of their other money.
So
They can't take
No, I
out of the
meant-
70.
But I meant general fund money.
Right.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah,
If they choose to spend it on that 25 and,
Yeah.
well, they said 30%.
So, and they may have left that out. I thought, I can't think of the bill number. I thought the TLT bill was dead, but apparently there's been a
It's-
-2
it's
amendment.
been-
and
They're
it's come
trying. I
back.
hope it dies. They're trying to push it through, but I'm not gonna testify on behalf of that. I'm totally against it. That bill.
so
A
you're talking
simple-
about 3556.
Yeah,
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
it's got a new bill
Because
number, doesn't
it,
it's now the
it
Three
gained a
nines-
new life. It gained a new life.
it? Yeah,
3962
-2.
-2.
So it got a -2 amendment somewhere in committee after it died, but
Yeah, it is now, Paul, Commissioner Anders from Union County just sent it and it says that, it's now HB, where is it? HB 3962 for TLT change.
so if there was impacted services, then you'd be able to pull out of the 70, so.
But it doesn't matter because it's not even through House. That's not even a
Right.
conversation now. So it's, but yes, I like this because they want to focus on Baker City limits only, and we have to focus on everything beyond that. So,
That's where the funding comes from. So that's what
Yes.
needs to be addressed.
On
Yep.
page 2, are you just taking that line completely out?
He's not on that.
So, yeah,
Oh.
I'll get to that in a second. That's the
Okay.
next one. So this is just the, grant
Oh, you're on that.
application.
he's on
Cover page.
just
Okay.
this.
No, I looked that over, that's fine.
And then if you want to go to the solicitation guide page, which is this one.
Yep.
So I had to change the wording on that as well. It's just highlighted in yellow, the changes. that we
Yep.
made.
Baker County and outside Baker City limits.
Right.
Yep.
Yep,
And then down below, I changed the wording to show that it was just annual.
And that's the only thing that would change. Huh? Okay.
Right, for those, the grant applications
And
annually.
so today, we've had about 160 businesses apply. We have about 60 in this cycle. 20 of them in this last round are outside the city limits. The rest are inside the city limits. 50% of those have made it to the second round. And so the majority of those are still in the city limits, the majority aren't.
Mhm.
So future ones, it'll be clarified, they'll just be outside the city limits. So the total.
So the ones that are going right now are. a
Yeah,
combination.
it's
Okay,
everything
right.
because it's
Right,
still the
we're-
budget year.
Because it's convoluted, so we're honoring what it said in the application, what it
Yes,
said in the
yeah, sure.
solicitation guide and the direction, and you know where the funds came from. So
Definitely.
this is just going to affect starting this fall. when it goes in.
yeah, the people that are already through the first cycle, it's not fair to take it out on them.
Right,
Well, no, it's still within our budget year. No matter what,
Right.
fairness or not, it's
Right.
still within our budget year and it'll be distributed. I mean, when's the deadline? When are you gonna finish?
so there is no deadline for awarding, so we're in the process of going through, usually takes a couple of months because we have to go through. We have meetings to set up with all the businesses still. We've already gotten all their receipts or documents, their profit loss or tax statements. And if they didn't submit any of that and they're not registered business Oregon, they don't move on to the next phase.
Sure, but if you do, are you going to do that by July 1?
we're gonna try to have everything done to you, recommendations, so we can have checks out before the end of the year,
Okay, fiscal.
fiscal year. I
Okay.
Apologize.
Okay.
By the end of June.
It would be cleaner that
Yeah.
way if you could.
Yeah, so we're.
It'd be nice if we could have the checks issued by the end of June.
That's what you just said.
Yeah.
We could have
Yeah.
the checks issued.
Yeah.
Yes,
So
it would be
be like the
cleaner.
First week in
Right.
June would be great to be able to.
Right, and that's my
Our
goal,
first
is to have
session,
the
yeah.
checks issues, and when the checks get issues, then the rest of my responsibility falls in. I make them go out and get actual receipts, give me copies of receipts of what they purchased. Then I make them do a final letter saying how they used it for the business, how they helped the business, and that's all part of the records that I submit to you guys, that you guys have later on.
Right. Okay.
That's part of our due diligence, because if they don't do that, they're ineligible to ever apply again.
Ever.
It's written in there, so what you were getting to, Shane, was in the bylaws portion of it, we had to make some changes.
Sure.
And on the second page of the bylaws, page 204 in yellow, I had to restructure this because the original ORS that we were created out of identifies that we have 9, members. And so when we changed it, obviously they were county only, we had to change to 1 ex officio instead of 2. And because of that, that means I had to add in an alternate position without changing the rest of the verbiage of 7 voting members. So by doing that, we're still meeting the same ORS structure of having 9. We have 1 ex officio that doesn't do that. And I also changed the wording to a county commissioner. So whoever you guys choose to have, in that.
So we can rotate it if we want to and whatever, every year.
It's
Just
A.
like our committees
do
that we
that.
normally,
It
yeah.
is, yeah,
It is,
just like
it is up to you guys. It's A. So
Yeah.
you guys, and I intentionally wrote that, and so you
Okay,
guys
that's
would
fine.
have that ability to do that. And then, the alternate, and we just clarified some things that they could vote if somebody else isn't present. And then if somebody withdrew, then they could be, at our recommendation to you guys, then moved into a permanent one.
So so the 7 and the alternate need to be outside of Baker City limits.
We have not addressed that yet.
that's,
And I didn't think we should, we'll address it at a different point from direction from you guys, or what that looks like. And so currently, we only have 1 person who kind of owns a business inside the city limits, and we have Jeff, which is the whole county, we have Leah, which does all of VOTEC and everything, and so, and Doug, he's a retired person, so he has no specific skin in the game anywhere. Tyler's the only one that is tied to a business. I believe Tyler brings the most value to the table because he's been through TLT since initiation. He knows more about it than anybody else.
I imagine him going to the city TLT.
And so
in the-
he sits now in the TLT because he's the representative from EDC.
right.
And so we should address that in the future. I didn't want to cover it at this point. I just want to fix the bases that we had moving
Okay.
and come back with a
Small.
recommendation in the
Okay.
future. And I've already, EDC has already talked about establishing some sort of criteria. So I've been in meetings with a lot of other cities, with Sumter, Siobhan Huntington, I can't believe she didn't return her email to, get a kiosk up there. She's usually pretty good when I
Yeah.
reach out to Siobhan.
Yeah,
So, talk to them. When we were in the mayor's meeting, we said, all of you guys need to have representation.
Correct.
And so a couple weeks ago, Chris from the chamber and I were down in halfway, talked about 20 some different businesses, and we said, who's gonna step up? One of you guys needs to go apply at the county now. One
Yeah,
of you guys needs to apply, for EDC. You guys need to step up. We have openings now. If you guys want
Yeah, it only helped
representation.
them. It only helped them.
right.
yeah, and then if I can address that kind of caveat, I have been working on the ordinance for TLT.
That's what I was gonna
And I
say.
do have, I am getting close to getting you a proof. I want to
Okay.
have that by our next meeting.
Okay,
So that you have that, but in this line of EDC and then TLT, I kept it at the same amount of people, but the way that it sits, that the members sit, the
Mhm.
committee members sit, will be what I'm offering is like somebody from hospitality instead of attraction. And a lodging partner and all of that. So in Halfway Sumter Unity at large, and so when this, I feel like when that is formed, when that is secured on who's going to be sitting on that, then we can look towards
Right.
who's sitting on EDC.
so I don't know, did you know that EDC is created out of the TLT ordinance. So it's not a, okay,
Yeah.
yeah. A lot of the times they could be a standalone, but in this case it is.
Well, and
Yeah,
that's because
and-
that's where the funding comes from.
Right.
Right,
See,
and
that's where you get your money.
I made sure that 9 members for EDC was kept
Correct.
in this through the change. So
Okay.
that won't change in this ordinance for EDC to still have 9.
So
Okay.
this would be part of the conversations, Michelle, you were alluding to. I always thought that if we could put in there simple wording, because I remember in the meeting with all the mayors, we talked about the IGAs. We could say, city representation with the current IGA.
Oh.
So if they,
Yes,
if
because
they
we're
don't have an intergovernment agreement with the county, to me, it doesn't make much sense to have representation.
Right.
And
if there's no agreement.
yeah, and that's another area in there that specifies the IGA with the other 3 cities that are participating in the TLT program. And that, so once the ordinance goes, then the IGA will
Will go.
follow by the end of June with those 3 cities.
Okay.
So EDC has made recommendations that you approve the 218 and 318 budgets.
We can't do that.
We can't do
We
that.
can't do
Or we
it.
can't
Where the
do that.
budget is.
That has to go to the
That's
budget
during
committee.
budget at the
So
end
we're-
of May.
And you should have received an email from Christina saying, look at this,
Okay.
is this
We did.
correct? And then
Yeah.
if you want to submit a letter to do that as well.
So we did that part through Christina.
Okay, then because we can't look at this at this point.
But
It has to go to budget committee.
Don't look.
I'm throwing.
But
it
the
away.
3 documents we're recommending, EDC voted and
I've seen it.
recommended.
I've seen, look this way. I've
For
seen
the
it.
application, solicitation,
Okay.
and the updates through the bylaws, just the areas highlighted in yellow.
And I have seen the budget.
Everybody's seen the budget.
You
Well,
know,
you
I mean,
can-
it's
you
good
can
to
look
look
at it,
at
you
it.
just
We
can't
kind
Yeah,
of
I
have
mean,
to
we
look
just
at
can't,
it.
we can't do anything without
We
the
just
budget
can't,
committee.
no.
And that's the
Yeah.
twenty.
Yeah, we
end
can,
of
we can
May,
review it,
yeah.
End of 28.
say good
Yeah.
job, but until I get 3 more people
But
here.
just out of respect, I sent everyone copies.
Thanks.
of all
Thank
these
you.
Thank you,
documents.
Brian.
Thank you.
And
So do we
also,
need to-
Michelle, as you alluded to earlier, 27 years ago, when I put together the project to put the Better the Welcome to Baker City Wood signs out there, so 27 years ago.
Okay.
We're in a time reference.
And they're fine. They're not they're not rotting in the ground. so.
No,
But originally it was slated at a $684,000 project, which we ended up doing for $6,482 because we got everybody to donate anything. OTEC donated trucks.
it's a big cut. It's a big.
Yeah, Ellingson donated all the wooden beams. We had all the steel donated, the high school
Wow.
donated space, Knee-High donated all of the printout cut signs for it and everything. It was an amazing community effort. And then when Chris Dunn was with, materials at the time, they gave us at cost all of the chains, bolts, materials we used to put the signs together.
Nice.
Different world. I'm trying to bring back the timber, so,
So
you're working on
So yeah,
The
it
mill.
was,
So
if
do
you
we
want a
need-
time reference,
Yeah.
that's when.
There we go. I didn't realize it was that long ago. So do we need to approve the recommended bylaws or do we want to wait until?
Do we want to wait till ordinance?
So make the
finalized?
I would, I mean, I
Yeah.
don't think that there's any rush on it,
There's not.
on today for his bylaws. I think just
Solicitation
knowing that
guides
they're there.
Going forward, yes.
They actually need to be approved because currently we're publicly going to have it online for the application for people to apply for the grant because they could apply from
You need,
April, first Friday in April till now.
you
Luckily,
need the grant solicitation approved.
So, but this is for going forward.
well,
I mean,
the thing is, we're gonna need to have it posted online at the county site, with the correct documents, the correct wording now, which will precede, the end of the year, so yeah. We,
I don't have a
only
problem
we
doing
move
it.
it from the county and don't have it publicly posted and notified.
I would wait.
I would wait until
Let's-
July 1.
Let's wait till July.
So
Let's bring this back in
luckily,
July.
nobody has applied, so we're gonna just have to make sure that
Just
it's,
pull it until July 1.
yeah, so who would I ask to do that?
That'd be you, Heidi. Probably Bill.
Billy.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Billy.
But let's just, I think it'd just be cleaner, just because of.
For the fall
everything that's-
solicitation, yeah, if you can just hold and
Until July
post it
1.
on July
With the new
1.
applications will be available July 1 or whatever, and we'll approve
Yeah.
this maybe at the end of June or whatever, when we know what everything looks like.
Yes, then there's no confusion, there's no overlapping.
I just think it's kind of jumping the gun. Let's keep it.
Yeah.
That's just my thought.
No, I agree with you. I like that. I like to keep everything cut and
Just
dry.
do it all at the same
Yeah,
time.
because I'm just, it's
Okay.
gonna muddy the water, Brian. I
It
think
is.
If we don't do that, so let's, and then we can bring back the changes because we'll have a better idea. That ordinance will be done,
Yes.
hopefully by then. Then we can have a better idea of exactly the wording you need for the inside Baker County, outside Baker County, or whatever, however it looks.
So if I bring the ordinance on the 21st, the revised, which I hope to get you both a copy, I don't
Kim-
see
Kim's
why
working on it.
not,
Kim's working on
before
it.
that,
Okay.
for you to review. Then we have to have 2 readings, correct, Heidi? On the ordinance and change, we have to have 2 readings.
Unless you want to declare it an emergency, and then you would have to read the entire thing.
Duh.
In order to adopt it in its.
You get to read it. It's.
So if you want to read it in its entirety, you can adopt it at a single meeting.
Oh, that's
It is,
the
it's
21st. and then,
this thick, so.
So if we can have the first reading on the 21st, the second reading on the 4th,
If
June.
Yeah,
and then we can get everything ready and in place.
the
by June
last,
30th.
yeah.
And then you can bring your stuff back
It doesn't give
on
us,
June 18th.
usually you do a work session if anybody had any changes, but
Well, I'm gonna get it to you beforehand so you can review on your own before the 21st. And then at the 21st, can we decide, are we ready to, you know?
oh, you
or do
could,
we have to-
yeah. I mean, if we're schedule a public hearing and then we're not ready for the public
We
hearing,
can just
you
cancel
just move it.
So I would just need to have it because I have to meet the posting requirements and it's gotta get in the paper
Yeah,
by next week, which means I gotta have it basically by tomorrow, I think is the deadline to
Well-
get it.
And I am out next week.
Because then I have to post it online, tell people where they can find a sample.
Okay, well, I have a draft right now. I'm waiting on one other person who's helping me from TLT, who's been on TLT forever. Just kind of go through it so I have all of my ducks in a row
And
on.
then Kim needs to look at it.
Yeah, I suppose. So no, it's not gonna be, I didn't figure on public hearing this month. I figured it would be public hearing on, unfortunately, on our first session and our second session in June.
Okay.
So,
Well, we could
We
still
can
do
do
that,
it.
and then we could still do EDC stuff, bylaws on the 18th. We could still do that,
yeah,
because we'll have had the first hearing.
and that'll be the
And you-
second.
and if we felt like we needed to do a quick work session, that would give us time enough to do it. And if you want to do an emergency, you guys can go to the bathroom while I'm reading it. I mean, it can be done.
We're not doing it without you. You love reading that stuff.
Well,
You love reading.
Anyway, you
You
get
can
run
still
it
hear
through an AI program, just get a recording, have it talk. the whole time.
that's how they do it.
It will actually
yeah.
in Word. So,
That's how they do it in the legislature, which is
Okay.
incredibly annoying.
incredibly.
But at least you know, say, hey, this is a 5-minute reading of this. and then-
Because what you guys are gonna see on the 21st or before the 21st is red line, blue line, and
Right.
green line, because it's gone through TLT last year with the red line, through council with the blue line, and now I'm adding green line.
Okay.
So it's a mess, but
Oh,
it's all
good.
gonna come together.
I was just hoping.
So are you gonna be able to have Heidi send it to us electronically? So
Yeah.
we can do our own little purple and
Yeah,
green or yellow?
Yeah, pick a different color.
Okay.
I was just hoping for another TLT ordinance revision to go in my stack.
I really don't see this as a problem. I went through
This
it,
one's probably
and
gonna be
after
the-
all of the revisions, I took the latest revision from
Yeah.
2024 and just kicked out anything that doesn't apply, that's not gonna apply after July 1st, and then just revised anything. It really shouldn't be that much of a,
It shouldn't.
there's not that.
Could you guys just read the changes?
No. You have to read the whole thing. So
Okay.
after they look at it, we'll have a better idea on the 21st, and then if we decide that we really need to read it on the first session in June, then we
Okay.
we definitely
Okay.
could just take turns and go roundy round.
So for now, you just want it as a
We're gonna-
review on the 21st?
Yes.
Yeah.
And then possibly first reading on that June 4th.
Would
and then second
definitely.
on the June 18th.
Yes, yep.
So do I need to represent or can you approve these as presented?
You're gonna have a change in, you will have a change in
In the bylaws?
the bylaws, when you have the 7, you're gonna detail more who can be
So I thought we would not even try to work with that right now. We're gonna wait to see how everything plays out. And
Because
then-
your council won't.
And then next year.
I was just thinking it would,
we were
that's the
kind
only
of-
reason I wasn't going to approve it now, is we're gonna make sure this was
Oh,
up to
no,
date.
because, and then what I really want to do is kind of see what you guys came up with. And then we can go back to EDC and EDC for, so we can make a recommendation next year to make changes to our bylaws according to who should be on it. And I think then
Well,
you guys will have
let's-
more time to figure out what you guys did in your ordinance. I wasn't trying to convolute the two at the same time.
I think they have to be.
Yeah, I think that if you could come back in June with an outline and you could even wait and see what that ordinance first
Yeah.
hearing reading looks like.
I
At
like
that
what you were saying,
point.
trying to match.
We were
what
just
you
talking
guys are
about
doing.
you.
Yeah,
This is a courthouse.
This is the
this is
courthouse.
the courthouse.
Oh, yeah, go
Up
upstairs
one.
for that. I don't know,
With the
we're,
kiosks.
we're past, but did you get the information on the informational kiosk for your
From
city?
Jessica. I'm sorry. From Jessica, she sent you some stuff about a kiosk, about placing it somewhere in Huntington.
And she has had no communication back on it.
And I don't know when she sent the emails.
I was gone all last week, so.
Oh, okay.
Should
Should have been. Yeah, it's been the whole process. so.
Maybe you should rephrase it. So would you love to have a kiosk?
There you go.
Yeah.
Where would you like
Would you
it?
like to have a kiosk?
And could you please reach out to Jessica to get the details worked out? How's that?
It's okay. We're okay. We're in the middle of
Just,
a.
yeah, just touch
thing
base
here.
with, just
So-
touch base with Jessica.
Okay.
Hobson.
Hobson
At the
with-
Travel Baker County.
Yeah.
Out at the, she's located out at the chamber, or at the visitor center. She's trying to get a kiosk for you out there and she said there's been no communication, so.
I
Okay,
see it now. Thank you.
Okay,
you.
well, thank you. It's good to see you.
Yes, you too.
Okay, so I'll let
Where
EDC
am I
know
going?
that.
Up one floor.
upstairs.
So the outside the box thing, I guess, is the text that I got back from Drew Martin. And so basically, I tried to accelerate it because I really wanted to get some paperwork in front of you guys today. So the church has approved, rewording and everything. They've worked directly, sent it to Drew Martin to review. He's reviewed it. He's approved everything. He's supposed to be sending you guys directly
Okay.
the copy of the approved, document, for the purchase. And he saw no problems in everything that is in it that he is going to be sending to you guys.
And so their attorney then came back
Correct,
with Drew. Okay.
correct.
So, and that's relating to this email.
Yes.
Yeah.
So Michelle, did you, or Commissioner Caseberg, did you receive the email just now? Okay.
I don't have my device.
It's
but I'm
from
gonna-
St. Francis,
came
basically,
from-
and it says, the requested changes in the attached document are acceptable, and I recommend that the commissioners approve the
Oh,
attached.
no, I didn't get that. All I got was.
The attached, the attached to the agreement. I did not have Commissioner Caseberg's email address, so I just sent it to
you go.
Heidi when I got it in, and then I asked Heidi to forward it to you.
Oh, okay, here we go. I got the whole email down below. Okay.
So yeah, so he requested, so that's something that, red line is attached, and so we'll have to put that on, the 21st? Or is that something that we can,
Oh, we should be able to.
or we can't do it now, or
Yeah.
can
Oh,
we?
no.
We
no,
can't do
I
it
don't-
now.
no,
That's
we're
what I'm
not doing
saying.
it now.
Okay,
No.
so we will add that to the 21st session. Yeah, and it sounds like they're fine with it, so.
Okay. No, we know we need time to review it and
Absolutely.
all of that, and
And
we
that's
didn't
why-
put it on the,
As soon as he sent it to me, I said, send it to you guys.
yeah.
Okay, and then we're gonna be seeing something from Drew, or is this it?
I told Drew to send you the final approved document.
This did not come from Drew.
No.
Yeah, we'll
This
get
came
it.
from
He
St.
may have
Francis.
forwarded you what?
Drew, it went to, from Drew went to Shane and Christina.
Oh, okay, so this is
But
from
that
Drew,
was-
not from St. Francis. Okay,
That
Okay.
was this morning at 9:48.
Yeah,
So,
okay.
yeah, we need to look
I
at
was
Okay.
busy while I was sitting.
Okay, so, yep, we'll just request that that be on the
Okay.
21st.
So is there any other recommendations that I present to the EDC on what you guys would like as far as wording on who would be on council?
I will get you the preliminary list of, because I have my
Yeah.
old copy here, not my electronic, on the, who's gonna be seated on TLT. I will give you that list.
Do you think it should be slightly different or mirror?
I think that,
And I'm asking all three of you.
I think that you should take the list that we are proposing for TLT to EDC and see how they feel about it. I would
Yeah.
like to hear from EDC on
So when's the next EDC meeting?
20th. Yeah.
Again, once county college is over, I won't.
So Heidi, we requested that the St. Francis purchase and sale agreement, that you just sent that email to Commissioner Caseberg, that be on our agenda for the 21st for approval of the purchase and sale agreement for EDC. And so you'll have to do a staff report.
All right.
Yeah. Yeah, I'd be interested to know, to hear what EDC, EDC would like to, what they see for seats on the committee.
And so my personal, opinion was that, we need somebody from Halfwood, we need somebody from Sumter.
Right.
Yeah, so, and Unity, or,
You know.
I don't know if you need Unity or not, but if you focus on those two cities that are in the IGA, then, yeah.
So, and I do like the wording that, the cities must have a current IGA, but that's, I think you guys on the GLT side.
And that is in this, and the wording is in this. And that I did have to revise some of that wording per those three
Yeah.
cities, so.
So, and then, it's, and the thing I think would be hard is, getting somebody to participate on a regular basis from those areas. So Zoom is, approved one for anybody who's on EDC. We voted and approved for somebody to be able to present via Zoom or via phone. So that's an allowed way for somebody to attend and give information.
We have a member on TLT from Sumter now, and she attends in person, so, I mean, they do.
Who was that?
I can't remember her name right off the top of my head, but she, yeah, she's fairly new to TLT, so I'm looking forward to her staying on TLT.
Good.
Yep.
I'd like to follow you guys' direction and what you guys decide. I'll present the EDC and then have them make a recommendation back to you guys.
Even through the winter, doing the Zoom link for EDC and TLT can be done. So,
It's unaccepted.
oh, yeah,
We all do it.
yeah, for
All
sure.
the committees do it, so.
Yeah. We have to, I think. We have
Mhm.
to, but-
Yeah, yeah, you do now,
Yeah.
yeah.
You choose to.
And use the cameras that are available.
Yeah.
The last one I listened to is just blank chairs and people's voices.
Oh, there was another one that we had. It was just.
Yeah, the EDC meeting
Yeah.
with one camera.
Oh.
And Jeff was the only one showing up.
Yeah,
the
Jeff
whole
was the
time.
only one at the end,
So
that
we were
did the
teasing
whole
him.
thing. I was like, okay, there is two cameras.
So you better make sure he's
No.
presentable.
Thanks for all of the work. And,
Thank you.
yeah, I will get you that language just as a proposed before the 20th.
Yeah.
So that you can look at it and you guys can decide.
Any other questions right here?
Thank you.
On this Francis agreement, will you be able to get the seller to sign first?
We can.
Okay, and then it looks like there's an exhibit A.
Yeah, that's never detached. I always hate that. And the attorneys always tell me that it's, it's, they know what it is, but I agree with you.
It's
I
like
kind of need to
their-
physically see exhibit A.
Isn't that like the physical address or the physical description of the property?
I'm not sure. I mean, They refer to
That's
it.
all I was wondering is, I didn't see there.
Okay, Charlie.
It was there, but nothing's listed under it, so I just wasn't sure what
Yeah.
it was. So.
You can request that from Drew before.
Yeah.
Charlie.
Well, because this came from Drew and
Yeah,
the
we'll have
final
to go to
paperwork
Drew.
and everything, it would come from Drew. It's his language of exhibit.
Yeah.
So,
But I think it's smart with what you said. We'll get them to sign it. So when you guys get presented in front of you, you'll have a signed document. So it'll make it easier to follow the next steps.
Yeah, it's, but yeah, where they're the seller, making sure they do want to sell to us before we agree to buy.
And that, yeah, and then they're okay with the wording and all that stuff, so that's a good thing. Yeah.
All right, thanks for your time.
thank you
All
for all
right.
the work and
Thank you.
time and everything on all of this.
We'll
It's a
catch up
lot.
to you sooner than later.
So I can't wait for that to get mowed and sprayed so that I don't get any more phone calls from the neighbor.
Yeah, so Gus has done an amazing job, and if anybody wants to know, plan I refer to her.
That's where I send it every time.
Yeah.
Her suggestions and ideas when she comes back with another proposal, I think is awesome.
Yeah, because the next one he's gonna go to is the school district, because theirs is actually worse than ours. So
She was very impressed with her presentation and her knowledge.
I think she's doing a fantastic job.
Yeah.
He only catches me when I'm out there, so.
Coming from, out of Newbridge yesterday, there is a property owner that it is all white top. And the ditch runs down and through their property, and then it goes up above as you're going towards Richland. And it's all white top along that ditch because it's been carried from that. I mean, it is
Everywhere.
solid.
My neighbors,
We need to
well,
get
they,
that enforced.
that
We
property.
do, and
Just working
Gussie,
on it.
yeah, she does have that,
I know of
and,
another couple counties that actually charge property, they've
oh,
enforced. it,
definitely.
And they charge, if you have white top or you have
Mhm.
Any of the
what
noxious
you have,
leaves. are on
whatever that's on the
list.
noxious list, if you have that and you're not taking care of it, and the county has to come in and spray it.
Yep.
You will get charged.
You get charged.
And I
Yep.
think that we need to look at that, because some of, especially the white top, it's just nasty.
I guess you could also have within so many feet of a water line.
Yes,
Yes.
yes, because you definitely, yesterday everything was
The
in
seeds just-
bloom and man, that white top was in bloom and Russ just was looking up there and following that ditch line and yeah, it's no good. Sweden, when we visited, I don't know how long ago, but they have an ordinance that if you have trash in your yards or if you have something that's unsightly or something that, they have this whole ordinance. If you don't take care of it when you're notified, then that county or city or whatever goes in, cleans it up, and then you're billed.
There is an ordinance in the city to do that.
Yeah.
And I've seen them do it a couple of times.
Yeah,
And people scream, well, then
Stop.
clean it up.
Sweden was so clean. We were just like, what is going on? Everybody takes care of everything. Every yard is pristine and everything. I thought they said, oh, it's this ordinance. You either do it or you pay.
Highway 30.
Oh, yes, that's exactly.
See
Thank
you there.
you. It's just that here,
I'm gonna call a 5-minute break
okay,
before we go on to the
okay.
thingamajig, and I'll be right back.
It's just that here, private property rights stop us. And I appreciate that.
Yeah.
But then it makes it tough.
Well, I was glad, the way Jason wrote it in the article, he
Yeah.
did a great job.
Yeah.
But and so as I'm driving
Um, out of recess. Oh, you're welcome. Well, you don't have to thank me.
I'm trying to figure out how to do both.
What is
One,
it?
one, two, outage.
Oh, I thought you meant just
What-
call them
oh,
recess.
Yeah, okay.
I'm trying to do all that. so.
Oh, Heidi sent it, okay. All right,
What
Travel
was, oh,
policy.
the travel policy review.
Okay, so I had an email from one of the department heads, and so I started researching it. And so in there, so really what I wanted to address today was anytime we have the three of us need to get reimbursed, we have to get the other two done.
Oh, well, yeah.
But we haven't been doing that. So
I
we're
know.
outside of our guidelines. And so,
I marked that too. That's what I was-
so why?
we have to what?
So if you submit a expense reimbursement, Shane and I both have to sign.
Yeah.
Oh, both,
A
not
both,
just
just
one.
one.
Okay, I
And
was
so we're
like,
not
you
following
just did it. Okay.
And so, anyway, there's several places in here that I think it just say signature of one commissioner for reimbursement to department heads or elected officials, and drop out the part that says signature of two commissioners
too.
for reimbursement to a commissioner.
Because that's a pain. Why?
Yeah.
And
why
we're
does
not doing it. So
We're not doing it anyway.
if it comes back to audit, we're not doing it, we're gonna get in trouble.
So do you have a red line?
I do,
Yeah.
like, I just highlighted the yellow.
Apparently
so
we
trying to
all
take it
do.
off. Oh, it's page 2.
But I don't, but mine isn't.
No, I
mine
just
is
highlighted it in yellow.
Oh,
Do we need to do that? Just
yes,
Okay,
please.
and then present it back.
Yes,
Okay, I can do that.
yeah, and then I can look, because I read through it and I
Because what
said,
happens
okay,
is
this is
We don't
great.
have like a
Mine's
Word
orange.
document of this one,
Oh.
right?
How did you get that? You just looked through it and you,
By page, yeah.
I thought we were talking about
Well,
the food
well,
reimbursement.
we can do that too, but,
And then I read through that. I was like, dang, we're not doing it.
so we can. So I did some research on that. So if you guys are in agreement with that one, I will change that. You guys
yeah, if I
have it.
can
Okay.
see your changes
Yep.
and then we can.
It's just basically eliminating a line.
Yeah.
There's 5 of them.
Okay, I thought you had, there's 5 different places.
different
It's not
places.
just the one then, Shane.
There's
It's
5.
5 different places.
1,
That's why I'd like to
2,
see it.
3, 4, 5.
Yeah, so I would just like to
Okay,
see
all right.
that. Thank you.
Because
Yeah.
it's just gonna go.
Yeah.
So anyway, okay. So I did look, just to let you guys know, I did look at the per diem and the high cost city allowances for meals.
Uh-huh.
I would recommend that we have an updated city list that comes from IRS. That's what we should do, and that should be on file. And it should just be updated whenever and so I can include that in the travel policy, that this will be updated as needed by administrative services. Is that the best way to put that? And then they just go pull this when they need it.
Mhm.
Okay,
Mhm.
so then I did some cost comparisons of where we're at. So right now, we're at $51 a day. And if we're in a high cost city, which is $66 a day. What's interesting is there's like 3 high cost cities in Oregon. Portland is not one of them.
Yeah, I saw it was Bend, Eugene, Florence, and Seaside.
And Bend is just a new.
Hmm.
Florence is new. Yeah, those 2 were new. It was Tillamook, Lincoln City, and one other one. Anyway, so that's what started this whole conversation.
Oh, I believe
Um,
Lincoln City. I'm still paying last
so,
year's vacation.
Anyway, so I went to the IRS and they were at 74 for non-high and 86 for full day rate, which is basically $20-some. So then I went to the GSA, which is the General Services Administration, which is lower than the IRS, which is kind of, and it details Deschutes and Multnomah counties and Boise
Mhm.
as high cost cities around here. That's what we might apply.
Mhm.
So that's 63 and 81. But again, we're not that far off, and I don't know that we need to change it.
Okay.
I don't know. Because most of the time, people are traveling for a conference and meals are included.
Yeah, it's like, okay, just example on this last one, when I got there on Wednesday, I had to get my own dinner. And that,
And
and
that's
then on
typical.
the way home, I got my own lunch.
Mhm.
They fed
Fed
us the
That's
whole
like county
time.
college. And you
Yeah.
stay in a hotel that has breakfast.
Yes.
And so anyway, so I mean, we were less than, it was like $12 from the GSA and $15 on the high cost cities. And so I don't know, I just, with our budget and things like that, and we don't have a lot of people traveling, I just kind of want to make the change to remove this and add a note that we would just use the standard IRS high cities.
Yes,
Okay, I'll make that
I
change.
agree with that.
Yeah.
I'll make that change.
Yeah.
And I think I'm gonna have to retype this because we can't find a Word document. That one.
Oh,
Everything's a
no.
PDF file, right?
You don't need to retype it. We'll figure that out. So you just let me know what your changes are and I'll get them made.
Okay. All right.
Oh, yeah, just leave it in my Dropbox so if it's not in electronic form. How did we get these? Oh, was it in our
Individual,
Dropboxes?
I had to individually print each, you had to go in.
Okay.
And I'd go to print the whole thing and I would get an error. So I went page 1, page 2.
Oh,
no.
Okay, I will work on that.
Okay.
Oh, thank you
So
for
that's
the
the only
work
thing I
on
had on that.
that.
But I don't know that we need to make a change to the dollar amounts.
Yeah.
Okay.
I've been surviving it okay. So.
But I do think we need to change the 2 commissioners.
I do
Yes.
too.
It-
I
we're not
appreciate
following
you
it.
Yeah.
catching
Either that or
that
we
too.
follow.
Yeah, I'd like to see your 5 changes or whatever on that one.
Yeah.
So yes, I like your
You have that done.
trajectory.
You have that done.
Well, he doesn't have, okay.
Well, it's, yeah, it's.
Do
I've
you have a
already-
copy of it
Oh, I have lots of copies.
highlighted?
Oh, I can, yeah, yeah.
Okay, because I don't think he has the copy either with the 5 or 4 or
Well,
whatever.
I can, yes.
no, but I mean, I just read through it and I caught the same thing.
Okay. All right.
I'm happy
I'll
to
just-
see it. when we're-
Anyway, that's all it is.
Okay.
Just eliminating that. So I'll take care of it.
Oh, just in those 4 spaces.
Yep.
Good
Just
luck.
draw- that's
Okay.
it. It's
Well,
just
then I'm
eliminating.
fine with that. I
Yeah,
thought
it's
you
just-
meant that there was 4 different places that you wanted to change a one-liner. I didn't know it
No, it's
was
just eliminating.
the
where it
2,
says-
the word,
yeah.
okay.
Yeah, just where it says.
I am fine with that. If you want to
Okay.
vote on that right now or
Okay.
whatever.
And then just let me see what it says for high cost. Hold on. No, because I'm going to change that because I want it to refer back to the current IRS. I want. to always
Okay.
You
refer
want to do it
Yeah,
next.
okay.
You want to
We're
vote
gonna
on it next round.
So 21st.
Yeah, 21st, we're gonna put travel policy.
There's not even a second line for one of us to sign.
And I read that and I signed off on it.
I was looking for something completely different on the intro web or whatever we call it. And the travel policy popped up and I read that and I thought, well, dang, that's not good. All right, I guess we're on to documents to be signed. American Forest Resource Council membership dues, that's you.
How much is that?
That's 600.
So difference between a full membership and associate membership, what is the difference?
Let me see.
I mean, do we get anything more if do we get more benefits? I mean, because I was looking at the benefits. And it was-
I asked that question.
Okay.
of The gal, and she said that, one is more for like actual loggers and forestry workers.
Right, the
one is for
partners.
Okay.
Cities, counties,
Okay,
Yeah.
agencies.
so we're still covered under what they talk about.
Yes.
But we don't have voting rights.
Right.
Okay, okay.
Right.
Versus.
Right.
I'll move that we pay the dues for American Forest Resource Council membership for $600 for an associate membership.
I'll second.
Have a motion and a second. Any further discussion? Saying none, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
Aye, motion carries. I should make this through without my glasses. Order number 2025-122 designating county de minimis rate. What are we at?
Order.
10 and now we're at 15.
Yep.
Let's move it to 15.
Okay.
I'll move to approve order number 2025-122, the de minimis rate, moving it from 10% to 15%.
I'll second.
Have a motion and a second. Any further discussion? Saying none, all in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Aye, motion carries. Reappoint, okay, order number 2025-123, reappointing members to the Baker County Fair Board.
Oh, she just put it on our staff report. Okay.
If you're ready, I'll.
I'm ready.
I'll make a motion to reappoint Dean DeFreeze and Chris Stocks to the Baker County Fair Board for a term set to expire May 1st, 2028.
I'll second
Order
it.
number 2025-123.
Sorry, I'll second that.
Sorry, I did it backwards, so I apologize.
I have a motion and a weird backwards thing. Second.
Sorry.
Any further discussion? Saying none, all in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Aye, motion carries.
Okay, let me try again.
All right, I'll give you
Uh,
another chance.
I will make a motion to approve order number 2025-124, reappointing Barry Nimick to the Transportation Advisory Committee for a term set to expire May 1st, 2028.
I'll second it.
A motion and a second. Any further discussion? Saying none, all in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Aye, motion carries.
Okay, I will make a motion to approve order number 2025-125, reappointing Doug Gaslin to the Economic Development Council for a term set to expire May 1st, 2028.
I'll second it.
Mm.
Do we need to make a change to that?
No, he, I don't think
Okay.
so.
Okay. I mean, he's good.
Yeah,
It should be, yeah,
Yeah,
because
yeah.
there's so many vacancies right now.
right
He has some
now.
financial background.
Yep.
Yeah.
Okay. I just wanted to make sure that,
Yeah.
okay, I'll second it.
A motion and a second. Any further discussion? Saying none, all in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Aye, motion carries.
And last, I will make a motion to approve order number 2025-126, reappointing Wade Simpson to the Baker County Weed District Board for a term to expire April 1, 2028.
I'll second it.
I have a motion and a second. Any further discussion? Seeing none, all in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Aye, motion carries. All right, ratification of documents.
I can, there's one that I have a conflict of interest with, and Christina's going to take care of that one.
Okay.
But I'll move to approve accounts payable reports, C21, C22, M31, and payroll AP reports, APC 24, PRC 79, PRC 78, APC 23, PRC 77, APC 19, APC 18, PRC 76, APC 20, and the March revenue and expenditure report.
I'll second.
I have a motion and a second. Any further discussion? Seeing none, all in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Aye, motion carries. And then you need to take.
Yep.
C-
I will make a
C16.
motion to ratify the signature on accounts payable report C16.
Oh, I have to second. Yeah, that's it. I will second. I have a motion and a second. Any further discussion on that? Seeing none, all in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Aye, motion
Abstain.
carries. Oh, you have two and one abstention, 2 ayes and 1 abstention.
Okay. Let's see. So, now what do I do with that? So the Republican caucus came out with a proposal to cancel or eliminate, cut statewide, the STIF fund, the statewide transportation improvement fund for 306 million statewide. I talked, you guys weren't on the call yesterday morning, but I talked to
Yeah.
Representative Owens about this because he was one behind it.
Forgetting.
With it
Anyway.
going every other, it's probably up to.
Yeah, so anyway, I just put it on my calendar. So anyway, so
I had it on mine too.
his comment was, oh, where's my notes? That this was a good faith effort to the Democrats that they can come around, not raise taxes, they can cut taxes.
Mhm.
And I said, do you understand how this affects
Ugh.
rural Eastern Oregon when you have, when it's, you have no rail, you have no Greyhound, you have nothing out here for transportation for the lower income frontier communities. I mean, I hit every point. Connie did a great job of helping me.
Oh, good.
Because I fired off, I was getting ready to do my letter to Representative Owens and Senator Nash and Bobby Lee. I mean, everybody that I met, I was going to do
Yeah.
this. And I went, calm down, Michelle. Call Connie first. So I called Connie and she helped me with the wording. And I'm still going to send an email. And if you guys would like, I can draft the letter and have you guys sign it
Yes,
too, if you want to
please.
do that. Okay. Because Chris Patno, Judge Patno also spoke in favor, saying, hey, guys, come on. You are affecting all of us. And so anyway, so what my letter to them is going to ask, how is it affecting each of the counties in your district? and how much is it cutting and what all is it cutting?
Yeah.
And who are you targeting?
Mm-hmm.
You're targeting low-income families,
Yes.
veterans, low income, you know, things like that. I was just hot when I read that. And so anyway.
Disabled.
Disabled, yeah. So and so anyway, so I have a rough draft of the letter. I'm going to change the wording just a little bit. And I'll get that to you guys this week.
Yes, please. And then
I don't know, I'm going to send it to Representative Owens, but I don't know, because Representative Drazen is the one that kind of, that Republican caucus that she's the one that did that. But I kind of want our guys to know that we are really against this.
yes.
And I know that they canceled EOCA for this week, next week.
Did they?
Canceled EOCA for next week.
I couldn't get in the last one, so I wasn't sure when they
Yeah,
were.
Paul said there wasn't going to be one. So anyway, so I'm going to try and see if I'll copy the letter and then send it to Paul and John and all those other guys. So try to get
Okay.
as many as we can going on it.
And
So,
once we see it, if you have Heidi send us your
Then she can just
copy,
re-sign it.
then yeah, then all we have to do is just say add my signature.
okay,
So
and then we can
Yeah.
send it. So anyway, but yeah, so that's where I did a whole bunch of research going in. There's something that says, because the employee-based, some of this money, a lot of this money is based on the employee tax. And the employee tax said it has to go to transportation. So
Right.
they're trying to take it, just put it into ODOT, just generally put it into ODOT. And so Connie says, I don't think they can do that. So we need to figure out exactly which fund they're targeting, because there's 3 funds. And we have, like, when I look at our budget, there's 3 different line items. But the payroll tax is the biggest one. It's like 200
Right.
some $1,000 that's coming in. So we need to figure out where that's all coming in. And so
thank
she
you.
didn't, you know, it's just one of those things that all of a sudden goes, boing. And honestly, if I had not been doing this job, I would not have paid
No.
any
No.
attention to this at
No.
all. And that's why I told Connie, I says, I actually told them that too. I says, that is something that is outside of the legislative process. It
Mhm.
doesn't have a House bill. It doesn't have a Senate bill. I just moved.
Yeah, and
I was hot.
you literally have to catch it. I mean,
Yeah.
you literally just
This,
somehow you
I
have to catch it.
follow ONRI, and I'm not exactly sure. It's a natural resource is where this came from originally, and I went. So I just. So anyway, that's where
Yeah.
I'm going with that. So I will
Okay.
take care of that.
Okay.
So I would get a letter.
The other thing is, yeah, they've got whatever, 38 million for passenger rail, which is probably not enough. But then there's a bill, and I don't know where it's at, to pull passenger rail completely away from ODOT and create its own.
Yeah,
system.
so like his comment was that this was their good faith effort, that he's probably not gonna fly, but I don't care. I mean, look at the bill that we thought had gone away for TLT. It's coming
Right.
back. And so that's where I was, you know, the reallocate vacancies, that just means that they haven't filled the job.
There's a bill that we're working on in the Public Safety Committee, and it's not bad, and we have people working on it, but it started out as one of the do a study and
Yeah.
figure out whatever it was for, and it was a 1-pager. And then they've tagged on to this 1-pager to completely overhaul the CJC and change the granting, which may not be a bad thing, but if you weren't on this committee or.
Right, you wouldn't have known it. So one of that is the bicycle and pedestrian program. So we get, so some of the money that the road gets goes into this bicycle fund, like
Mhm.
$30,000 every year. So that's, some of that would come back to us. Then there was one where the litter graffiti camp,
Yeah, I was
abandoned
gonna
property
bring-
cleanup. I'm like, really, seriously?
Really? How about in Baker County along ODOT?
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
It's
Along
fair.
along
Yeah,
the
drive
freeway.
down I-5,
Right,
drive
yeah.
down I-5 and what a mess it is.
Is
And,
it bad?
Oh, it is. It's terrible. I mean, some of these probably is fine, but you know, but some of these I'm just going, no. So anyway, I'm on it.
Yeah.
I'm on
Okay.
it.
Thank
Okay.
you.
Okay, so the next one's mine too, I think. So.
Oh, Mason Dam.
Okay, here we go. So I have a handout for both of you.
Oh, sorry.
Thank you.
So what I did, I just, going through the budget process, there's a line item for Mason Dam project.
For the power thing?
Yeah, for like 210,000. So I reached it, so in trying to figure out what was going on with that, because it hasn't changed.
No.
It hasn't changed at all, and that was one from before I think even you guys went. You know.
Yeah. Yeah.
So-
nothing has.
Yeah, anyway, so I reached out to Jason Yashwal, And he gave me things and he was basically told to quit working on it. I think our permits have expired,
I told them.
anything like that. So, anyway, so if we are not in our lifetime going to see that and promote it and all that stuff, do we need that 210 sitting there? Can we move it back in the general fund?
Yeah, that would be nice. So do we need a motion?
So I think we just do that during budget.
Do it through budget.
Okay,
I'll do it in
yes.
in the budget message. We'll do it during
Yes.
budget.
I
And so,
don't-
but I wanted you guys to see, because I also included the minutes in the
Yeah.
last 2 years. So,
Yeah.
So you guys can have that.
I don't think this is, I've got the file in there if you guys.
It's a
wanna
nice
see.
I
idea.
think there's one
It's a super
upstairs.
good idea.
There's a one upstairs, but
We haven't
200,000 isn't even gonna be a match.
At $200,000 wouldn't even do the engineering.
No.
on it.
No.
And nobody's working on it. So I mean, if we're not ever really gonna do it within the next 10 or 20 years.
Well, you put the thing in, how much power is it gonna generate? And is it worth doing that? And then how's it gonna affect habitat
Well, and
downstream?
how much water can actually go through there
Right.
at a time when we use it for irrigation anyway?
Yeah.
So, because when it comes down, I mean, how often does it go to nothing?
Never. I
It-
never
it
see,
never-
I
I mean,
never
not
see the
never,
Powder
but I
River
mean-
not
It
moving in
never
my.
goes to
But I mean,
nothing,
but
but,
not enough to generate power.
Right, so
Yeah.
that would be July,
right.
August,
And then- And then
September.
you gotta worry about the water temperature.
Yep.
And
So anyway, so, okay, I will work with Christina. We will talk about that during budget.
this
and
is
get it
something
with
I've
them.
been trying to pawn off to OTAC every once in a while when they're not
They
looking.
don't want it. Okay.
Well, I'm
Wait.
younger, eventually I'll find somebody that.
One other note on our budget that she sent out to everybody about
Uh-huh.
the budgets. You noticed that the 600, we took out the vehicle expense because we put it in Dan's budget. It's in
Oh.
facilities budget because that's where all of our expenses go.
No, that, okay, it was in there because it needs
wanted
tranny, it needs tranny work and it
It
needs,
comes out of Dan's budget. That's what Christina says. It comes out of Dan's budget.
So you just put the thing over for
I
Dan
put it
to
in there,
deal
but-
with.
That's what she said.
okay, because Dan
Does Dan
doesn't
want to
have
deal
anything
with
to do with it, with that vehicle. He-
Well, $600 isn't gonna cover the training.
It's not, it needs to be, get in there and looked at and,
'Cause you need to do
the
tires
work,
too, right?
the work that needs to be done was quoted by, Lube Oil, Lube thing, Depot, and it was close to 500, so I said 600 for the, because it's gonna be the road department that actually does that work. It's,
Interesting, because she said.
it's
that-
not new tranny, it's several things that they found in there and I didn't trust them. I'm sorry, but you know, I mean, I tell
They
my
don't
mother the
predict-
same thing.
they don't
You
predict that stuff,
never,
huh?
you never okay it the first time. You always get a second
Okay,
opinion and then you
okay.
deal with it.
Because she was saying that all of our vehicles, all the maintenance and everything like that comes out of Dan's budget.
I don't see
think
any,
I thought it was
I
a
took it to
sample.
Lube Oil and Filter last year to get that done, to get
Yeah.
it exchanged. I have never, there hasn't been anything that I check the oil when I take it on my own.
If we're just talking about the commission mobile, why don't we just put it in the commissioner's budget?
So and just clarify,
Because I asked the difference, because I said, so the assessors, they all have their individual cars.
yeah,
And so because they are individually responsible for that car, they have to gas it up,
Yeah.
or they have to change the oil, they have to rotate the tires.
So do
they have to
we.
Do all that. Dan does it.
no, he doesn't. I've been doing it.
On the Equinox too?
No,
Just the
Just the-
the Cherokee is why
This
that
is
was
just
in
the-
there.
Put the Jeep and the money for it in the commissioner's budget and put the book in our office and call it good.
No, the book is fine where it's at.
'Cause you can still
But-
reserve it. through-
Yeah,
through
anybody, the other people have used it, other departments have used it, but nobody else maintains it. Like I say, I am the
Well,
one that's been doing the
right.
maintaining
But I
on it.
mean, if we're gonna just say it's our, because you never take it out of the county.
It is, and I think planning used it one time to go up to the OTEC summit up in Anthony Lakes, in 23, I think they used it. But the log really is just us. I mean, if anybody else needed to use it, we wouldn't say no.
Well, right,
But-
but that's what I'm saying.
Okay.
You could just put it,
We'll give you that.
It's just specific on that one, it's just
Just the
different.
Jeep, just
Yeah.
Cherokee.
You
not
could-
the Equinox.
Just a Cherokee.
right, you can
Yeah.
put the Cherokee.
The Equinox is in the pool.
Yeah, or you could put the Cherokee in our
Okay.
budget and just run it out. of
Well, it
our
is.
office. No, I mean,
Okay.
it's just separate.
So then, so that
Each
travel
department
and
has
training
a
expenses, then when we,
separate
Huh?
so then vehicle expense, that should be, because we're not charging anything to it. So where is it when you get the oil change and all that stuff, where's that going?
That came out of, it was the commissioner card for the oil change last year. It was, yep, I had the commissioner card and I went and did the oil change on that. And it was also, did we get a charge from Commercial Tire when, oh no, that was the Equinox that you and I were in when we had the flat.
You shouldn't have got a bill. on
But
that.
no, we
I was
didn't,
gonna
we
say that
didn't
was-
on that. But yeah, I did pay with just the card. Now, that's an interesting question because Blacks and Pacific Pride cards are in there and they go to wherever, I don't know where that, it does say
Yeah.
commissioner on the, I mean,
Yeah.
it's specific to that vehicle. But so then.
This is a great conversation because
So,
I don't
so
know.
then the
Okay.
fuel doesn't come out of that.
No.
It comes out of the pool.
Yeah.
So, okay, however it works,
Okay, we'll just figure it out. I'll tell her. It's either got it.
either or, either
I
or.
have one for you.
Because then, you know, if we had to
Just be
include the
nice.
fuel on that, then we'd have to look at last year's fuel consumption to, in
Mhm.
order to even
Do that.
know what
So
that
that's what I'm
budget
saying
is.
is, and that's what I think maybe why Christina thought maybe it needed to. go with the ants.
It certainly can, yeah. I mean, if. yeah,
Or we can
he doesn't
expand our.
take care of it, but, okay,
I
yeah.
just,
Because that makes us look good.
I kind of worry about how the department's driving it. So,
Yeah,
It's not
the
one that you're gonna
Cherokee
take
is
to
not,
voice of your
the Cherokee
opinion.
is not in the pool. No, then that's the thing, is it's
Okay.
not in the pool. We wouldn't deny anybody using it, but it is Cherokee, it is Commissioner Ray.
Okay. All right, so we'll have to, okay, we'll get that figured out.
I appropriated it, so.
Okay, all right. Well, we need to make sure, so if the fuel is supposed to be charged to that, then I'll work with Christina and Shaylin to make sure that. we can do
Yeah,
that, because
well,
it's-
it is charged to that, but it's probably charged through it's not charged to our commissioner, it's probably charged in the pool. That card is specific to that vehicle,
Okay.
so they
Yeah.
would know.
Okay,
So you could move it over. We'd have to bump
I'll
up our
talk.
travel expense a little smidgen, but
we'll see what that.
yeah.
Okay, all right. Well, we just increase your vehicle expense, because that, your gas would go too, which is gonna be.
Yeah.
Yeah, if it
You'd
stayed with
be-
ours, then we'd have to figure in all of that stuff,
It's gonna be more than $600.
Yeah,
Yeah.
everything is
knowing that we're gonna have at least 500 or so in for
$600
what they need
every
to
time
do.
I fuel up anymore.
Okay, I'll work with Christina on that. So you may see a change. We were in balance until today.
I may have to change some stuff on the juvenile too, so.
Is
I'll
that
let
it?
you know.
Is that it for your update, or do you have more? I just have to
Oh,
go. I've
the
got
only thing I've
consecutive
got,
meetings
oh,
from
sorry,
noon to 5.
Community Connections, last week I was nominated as vice chair.
Oh, nice.
Oh, good. Yay.
Thank you, Commissioner Scarfo. I did the CIS training for recruiting and hiring and bringing people onboarding for new employees, and it was excellent.
Okay.
It was excellent. I wish you guys could have gone.
I
'cause it
thought
was-
that I signed up and I did not. And then I ended up, I testified at 10. I was the
Okay.
last one to testify on the Wolf bill at 10. And I went in there just to make sure that I signed up, because mine looked different than Donnie's on the calendar or yours on the calendar. And it said, you're not signed up for this. Your next opportunity is Klamath Falls. And I'm like,
Nope.
okay.
There was quite a few people there, and there was people from Ontario,
Hmm.
the Grand,
Nice.
yeah, Pendleton.
Yeah.
There was. quite a
Good.
few.
Okay.
So anyway, and then I'm also now on the local area mental health partnership.
Mm.
I can't.
In addition to, that was the new directions thing is, so there's like 2 or 3 of the mental health, the local area mental health departments. And so there's like 2 or 3 different committees. And so I'm on that one. And so county college is next week.
Yep.
And then we have our community outreach, and Shane's gonna go to halfway. So that's all I have. And then we have AOC all day Thursday and Monday. for Zoom meetings.
Oh, Friday, I'm gonna be out of town for.
You're not gonna do the natural resource one?
On Friday, no. I saw that, no, I'll be out of town. It's at 1
Okay.
o'clock. They switched it in last month. It was on Monday. So,
That
I'll
confused
be in for the Monday
So
stuff, but I have the agenda for natural resources right now. I can look at any of it and.
Okay, that's fine.
When,
Do I need
when
to-
is that?
Yeah.
Is that this
It's at 1.
Friday or?
Yes, this
Yes,
Friday at
okay.
1.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, Health and Human Services is at 8. There's one at 10. Or Natural Resources is at
1.
1. There's one at 10. And then there's another one at 3, and then on Monday, there's,
3 must be mine.
The whole, yeah.
Okay. But
Um,
I'm not chairing this time.
HHS.
So,
Okay.
Oh, yours on transportation. I don't know what that is.
no, I've got
Anyway, that's me.
public safety.
That's you? That's
That's
your
it.
comparison
Yep.
and your updates and everything?
My dates keep moving. I've got what we just talked about. It's not my turn to present for health and human, or not me do
For
for
transit?
public safety.
Oh, okay. Oh,
So, I mean, I'll still sit in and then, ledge and all of that. Apparently, I'm going to, wherever the.
Halfway on Tuesday.
On the 13th. And then Friday, I've got a thing I need to testify on for the ask for the housing up at halfway.
okay.
Other than that, I had a bunch of stuff canceled and switched around again, so I don't know.
Okay. So is that yours?
Pretty much.
Okay, I have 2 updates. One of them is that, so the mobile home that used to sit at Hewitt was moved over to Holcomb. The idea was that we would put it up close to the well house. It can't be moved up to the well house with the current grade and that is on that road. It's too steep and, not enough of a gentle incline to get it up there. It's settling where it's at. And so the parks is, I was down there yesterday for an interview and then some other stuff yesterday and talked about it with Donnie. And to move it up there would take the road work from the road department, which they're really stretched thin right now. There's interest. Well, let me see. It'd take 1,000-foot sewer line that we'd have to dig and put in, 100-foot of both electric and water line, which isn't a big deal. But right now it is settling to the point that a door popped open. It had to be screwed shut. And the inside is really nice. I swear when we did the walkthrough last year, when John left, I thought I had to do the walkthrough and I thought, and I walked in and I'm like, oh, this is really nice. It's really nice on the inside. It's single wide, so it would be easier to move, than a double, but it's still where we wanted it to go. It's just not working. If we were to go ahead and do all the work and do the road work, anywhere that we dig up there, we have to do a cultural study. Anywhere. And so then that would also be a whole series of stuff like that. There's interest in the valley to purchase that and move it within Richland Valley. And
because of the value, we have to put it up for bid.
Yeah.
Or for sale. Can't we
We
just,
have to do,
we have to do okay, so whatever we have to do, I don't know. I've never
Work with-
sold a
work with-
trailer house.
work with Dan. He does the,
Through facilities, he
Yeah.
could sell it? Okay,
Yeah.
okay, Dan, facilities, thank you. And if you guys are okay with that, then I will.
I'm good, unless we have to insure and.
So that just means you don't have a place for somebody to live now for your part-time person, for your maintenance person. They won't live on site.
Nobody
Gee,
can live on site.
that's a shame.
Well, okay, not anymore since John left. That just went away. The idea behind it up there would be more of a presence over at Holcomb because there's no office over there.
Right.
Down the road, it would be nice to look at the possibility of an office up there or a camper that is dedicated to the parks, for somebody to stay
But
up
you
there.
could
But
get like one of those sheds and frame it.
you could get a shed, you could do a camper. I mean, you could do just a myriad of different
I just
things.
thought of something. So will Donnie be able to see the cameras in her office?
Mhm.
Yeah.
Yep. So, so that's where I will follow through with Dan
Yeah.
on that one. And then,
Yeah. So you have consensus, so.
yeah, so I attended several of the Baker County Livestock Association meetings with ODA for the TMDL. And the first one was just bigger livestock only. Monday night was public with ODA and the Baker County Livestock Association. It was at the event center. It was in the big area.
I just got. an
Yeah,
email,
there
so I
was
must have put me on.
quite a turnout, and there was quite a bit of feedback from the ranchers and producers this time to ODA and what they are asking and what they're not going to be doing, what they are doing and everything else.
Good.
And so it was really good.
Not just Chris. It was a bunch of.
Oh, it was a bunch of people.
Good.
It was a bunch of people saying no. And I had to stand up when they started and just say, you are laying blame on the landowners, the livestock owners right now, pre-monitoring. The monitoring is 5 years for a reason, because they approached it in, what are you gonna do, livestock owners, to help us get to the desired levels? Oh,
no, they did not.
And I said, yes,
Oh,
they
dear.
did.
Oh, God.
And I said, you cannot lay blame on these people. You don't know what the source is yet until we have 5 years monitoring and DNA
Mhm.
included in that. You don't know what the point source is, and you're blaming them before. Huge feedback. They were railroaded off of their presentation that they did with the Baker County Livestock. Skip. And 2 hours that it was down to, and they keep on saying that they say that ODA, that DEQ doesn't have any say over ODA. The ODA is the state agency that has the power. But the DEQ doesn't have power over them. But everything that they said was like, well, DEQ said that we have to. DEQ says that we have to. You know,
Call it DEQ and says ODA says we don't have to, sorry.
ODA says that it's up to them. And then he kept on saying, we're going to do this, we're going to do that. And it was brought to their attention, you're not doing anything. Powder Basin Watershed, Soil and Water Conservation District.
And from the DEQ.
And all of these,
So-
but they're not even going to be doing the monitoring. ODA isn't going to. They're relying on all of these other agencies that are in the DMA that have to write their plans, and they have to do the monitoring. ODA is on there, but they're using these other agencies to do it. So they're not, it's totally backwards. Cattlemen stood up, I stood up. Even the president, Jim stood up and said, okay, stop. This is, you've got to stop your presentation, because this is what we want to hear. We want to hear about monitoring. That's what we said. This is all that you should be hearing, that you should be talking about right now, is what you're going to do for monitoring. And they can't even do that because they're not doing the monitoring.
So Jim is very well spoken.
Yes.
He's done a lot of legislative work in the past.
Yeah.
So
So, and then I'm sure that you received this from Drew Farmer, Coos County.
I did.
Okay.
Yeah,
It didn't know
I
what
haven't
to do
had
with
time to
that.
I
look at
love it. I think
Yeah.
we should sign on to it.
Okay.
So I am in support of this,
Okay.
and it's basically that he's a commissioner from Coos County. He
He's in my
has an
county
idea.
college class.
I was thinking.
Yeah.
he
Yeah.
must
Yeah,
be,
he's new.
He has an idea to resolve county deficits by negating the ongoing funding challenges caused by measures 5 and 50. And the proposal is to require 5% state income taxes to return to their counties of origin. This bypasses any scaling restrictions caused by measures 5 and 50 and creates a local benefit from increasing local wages. The dollar amounts for each county will be listed on the, so
Yeah.
the dollar amount for Baker County is $1,155,000.
So he says he's he's not sure if to go to the legislature or put it on the ballot.
Yeah, because so right now AOC can't help him.
Right.
He says that
Because it's past the legislature time.
what did he say? AOC is restricted from assisting. So that's
I wonder
what,
why.
let me see, he said,
So I'm gonna keep this, because I will see him next.
because this proposal includes a ballot measure,
Oh.
the AOC is restricted
then
from
they would.
assisting.
No, they couldn't.
So I would like our county to sign on with him and say, yes, we are in favor of this, if you two, and if you're gonna see him at county college, I think that I got back to him and I said, I like the proposal, that I would talk to you two, and that we would confirm our involvement moving forward.
I'd sign on, absolutely.
You want me to?
We gotta, if it's a ballot measure, we kind of have to.
Well, it
watch
just gives him some
But
ideas
yeah.
of who's
It's the emphasis
supporting,
before the
but
ballot.
we're-
you
Right.
know, of who's gonna help.
And you
with
can't,
it.
yeah,
Yes.
before, if we're in agreement before the ballot measures, written and prepared, that's okay.
Well, that's what he's asking
Yeah.
for, is who is
No,
with
I-
me if he goes through all of this work to do
I was gonna
this.
take that in and talk to Carrie about it, and I haven't had a chance. Do you wanna do it, or?
I don't have time today. Like I said, I have meetings from noon to
Yeah.
5.
Well, I
So, why did you talk to Carrie?
Why would you talk to
Why would
Carrie
you talk
about
to
it?
Carrie?
He's been doing it for all these years, just to see if,
But this is state level coming back to us.
right, but Carrie knows the laws on it, if just.
On Measure
asking him
5, we'd
if
be
he thought it
changing
would-
Measure 5 and 50.
Well, just ask him if he thought it would work, and then.
I'm not going,
We don't have to do it today. I can do it if you want.
Yeah, because I don't know what it means. Because it doesn't really say. It
I
doesn't say
think-
what the funds would be used for.
I think at this point, I would like to say,
Yes.
yes, we
Yeah.
are behind you, but we need the details. And then we're gonna see more of those
Yeah.
details and
And
we're
I'll
gonna
talk
know
to him.
more down the
I'll
road.
talk to him.
Okay,
So-
I will do that. I'll get back to him today and look at that.
We have
So-
Concord next week too, don't we?
Yeah, as quickly as possible. Since our last session, I went to that AFRC meeting. A lot of good came out of that. Like you heard today, I am getting a coalition of timber industry together. There is a small mill. There is a small kiln for lumber that is
Okay.
within our county. We have timber companies and everything else, and I'd like to bring them together so that we can get with the Forest Service and we can start moving forward, because Region 6, Jackie Buchanan's goal is not 25% as per the executive order from the Trump administration, but it is over 30% by 2027. So hers is more ambitious in Region 6 with
Will
us.
that help our watershed?
Yeah, there's a lot of stuff on there. Just
Okay.
so the watershed is through the comment period right now. Just so you guys know, I can just touch on that real quick. It is through the comment period right now, and so I'm waiting for confirmation that we will be in the end conversation of all comments and everything like that, so that we can move forward.
Okay.
And then on yeah, so I'll
Sorry, I got you.
no, it's okay, it's okay. Let's see, went out and had the cleanup at the wigwam. People turned out. It was a good turnout. We had a lot of stuff to clean up, and then
The articles in Hills County Journal.
oh, good,
Looks
good.
Yep.
Yep, I'll have to. So
Yeah,
you
it
guys
is
saw
perfect.
that.
Yep.
Debbie Lawrence was there, so we were able to burn some piles, and the neighbor was there, and he's like, "Can I burn too?" And so like, everybody all together. It was really great. Neighbors were bringing. One neighbor brought over his little tractor, and he
I
came
saw
over
that.
and was
That
doing
helped.
stuff. So it's so nice. And let's see, we had an NRAC meeting, covered a bunch of the natural resource issues in the watershed and all of that. I testified on the wolf. There was Burkmeyer from Walla County. He was in tears. No, his son. And Tom. Yeah, Tom. He was in tears. They had at that point that morning, he said around 5 depredations from
Oh.
a pack that
Todd was talking about that yesterday.
yeah,
I hadn't heard
and
that.
He said
and
it was
his
very
wife,
emotional.
his wife got on. She was crying, and then Lake County Commissioner got on, and he's from our wolf traveled all the way down, depredated, and then hit their county, and he was reduced to tears and put up the agri stress helpline number, contact for people. Very, very emotional. But like I say, I was the last one to.
Was that Barry or
I don't know.
James?
I don't too much up here. I had Tri-County Quarterly board meeting. That was a good meeting. Moving forward, Shonda has secured close to $2 million for treatment on the fire
Yes.
areas.
Good.
So that's all working. And then due to our status of audits, BLM is, there was a big discussion about 50,000 that's supposed to go to Baker County Weed. It's going to have to be modified to go through Tri-County in order to receive that, and that was for some of the fire areas as well.
Okay.
We're
So
getting close.
okay, because that's a conversation within a few of the
Right now,
committees
I
and
think that they have everything that they need at this point.
okay.
From listening to Christina, They have everything that they need, so it's in their report.
Okay,
So she submitted everything to them at the,
for 21, 22, 23, just 21? Okay,
we're
okay,
just doing 1 year at a time.
yeah,
She's
okay,
hoping by the end of this year, calendar year,
okay.
to have another one done.
On Monday, I went out with Luke from the road department. We went out to Burt River Crossing where a bridge was taken out and people have just crossed through it to get up to their mines and everything. It connects to Clark's Creek.
Oh,
And
That's what he's
so,
talking about. That's what they're gonna build that with. They're gonna build that bridge, right?
no, there's not gonna be any bridge. That it's BLM removed that bridge, but it's county road up through it. So what they did is in the past, when the water goes down, you can just ford it. You can go through and then you hook up and everything and you go through. And then years ago, road department came in and they put boulders upstream and that caused holes behind it and things moving and everything. And now under high water where we were standing yesterday, note that it's not as high as what like years where it's like last year when it was flooding, it was over the road. It's you can't see into it though. So murky and everything, you can't tell if there's a boulder or not if you were to ford it. So I will go back up when the water is down, but the road department is looking at just placing maybe some concrete railroad ties that were taken out that you see in piles here and there, maybe utilizing those and placing them as like an underwater type, thing. I don't know,
Because
but
isn't that the one that he wanted the pressure for that? Wasn't that the Clark's Creek?
that's Clark's Creek, but this
But
is
that's-
Burt River Crossing. This is on
Okay,
Burt
all right.
River and it connects to Clark's Creek.
Okay, all right.
That's one way of going in or this way, and it's
Okay.
shorter this way for the miners. 2 of the miners are in their early 80s that ford this river and go up to their mines. So on the way back, we were talking about Highway 30 and the trash, and Luke right now is in talks with the prison and getting that agreement back in place with the prisoners to clean it up. There was a few questions. I called the sanitary service while we were in the vehicle together. Stephen got back to both of us, and so that's moving forward. The road department is going to provide the safety signage saying that there's work going on and the bags. And then there was a question of disposing and then I left that with Stephen and Luke of disposing the full bags to
Yeah, and typically there's not a fee for that either. Steven says.
Correct,
there's no fee
correct.
for that.
So that was part of our discussion. So that we should be seeing that agreement very soon and getting
Good.
that done, because that was
I
a
knew-
10-year span that
Had
agreement
lapsed,
had
yeah.
lapsed.
Yeah, I talked, shoot, I can't think of her name, at the prison, and she said that she was working with Luke, and I hadn't heard back from Luke, and I hadn't checked on the disposal, so thank you.
Yeah, so
Yeah.
it just happened that we were in the car and he goes, "Oh, I have some questions about this."
Yeah.
Today I have several meetings with potential EDC type stuff that hopefully will happen within the county with different entities
Okay.
that I'm meeting with today. And then I have Powder Basin TMDL tomorrow. That's with all agencies and that's a Zoom. And then of course you said the natural resources, and then going forward for the legislative on Monday. And then I have BIC in LeGrand on the 13th, and then the New Directions the 14th. We have the comp board 15th, TLT. And that's when the Court Street Plaza and one request from Christopher is going to be there. And then going towards our next meeting, the 19th, 20th, EDC is on the 20th. And then we go into our meeting and then I have a partner meeting out there at the chamber after our session on the 21st. So.
I forgot to say, we have a new superintendent.
Oh, and what's
Tyler Clark.
Tyler Clark? I don't know.
He comes up to the rank. He was the security officer.
Oh.
And so it's just now public. Also, just quick follow-up. The dispatch agreement for fees between Pioneer and the county, do we have that yet?
No.
Why not?
Who's doing that?
Jason's working on it with Kim and I've heard of that. So,
And so then do we have the agreement between the city and the Pioneer for the ambulance?
I don't know.
Oh, because you said you were gonna follow up on those two. Thanks.
Well, yeah, but the agreement between Pioneer and the city isn't.
It does affect us because we are in charge of the ambulance district. So I feel that we should have that on record.
Well, when they get it done, I'll get a copy of it, but I don't have any mechanism to push that to get it done. It's between a private entity and another.
I disagree because I think we should, before they do anything, we should be having that done. And we should have, before we start charging the fees, we should have that agreement in place as well.
Charging what fees?
The dispatch fees. We need to have that in place before we start charging the fees July 1. And then we need to have the ambulance. We need to have that in place. That's how I feel. There's two agreements that we need right now with Pioneer.
Yeah, we need to get it
Right.
done.
But the one agreement hasn't got hardly anything to do with the county. It's the backup for.
But it does have to do with the county because we are the people that are in charge of the ambulance.
Right.
So it is in charge because we need to make sure that whoever has that contract is doing it legally. If you're out there doing an ambulance, we need to make sure that they're doing it under Pioneer, not on their own. And that's why I feel that we need to have that.
Right.
Why did the fire department come here when that incident happened?
They follow every ambulance call. They do. I talked to Travis about that.
Yeah.
And at this point, because they wanted him to just dispatch when it was severe.
Mhm.
He says, I can't make that call.
Right.
You can't ask the dispatchers to make that call. So they dispatch every call.
People complain about it, but everybody everywhere else in the world does it that way. So.
Oh, that's up to the city. I mean,
Right,
just
yeah.
for me, if I had a tight budget.
Because there's a lot of fuel and wear and tear on things like that. So, yeah. Okay.
Okay,
So that's it.
I'll
I
make
move to
a-
adjourn.
I'll make.
All right.
Second.
All in
I
favor,
beat
say
I
aye.
beat you. Yeah.
Did you have anything, Matthew? I'm sorry. We did.
Motion to adjourn. We are now adjourned.
Thank you.